Yo, welcome to the Roil, where we stir the pot. Cannabis kings, fitness fiends, business on lock. Puff that green, lift that weight, talk that real shit. Boys night eternal, no filter, we own it. From haze to games, we break it down raw. Witty and Wally, the week at the door. Roil Talk, hitting no cap, no chill, light up your mind, feel the thrill, deal with it. Roll up, talk that fire. Cannabis hustle, bodies on wire. Roil Talk, yeah, we on the night. Stir the storm, ignite the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you guys for tuning into this week's episode of the Roil Talk podcast. For those of you guys that watch us all the time and know who we are, thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate you. We love you. Keep tuning in. Keep giving us love. And we do it for you guys, so thank you guys so much. For those of you, this is your first episode tuning in. You know what this episode's about. Allow us to introduce your host. My name is Joe.
Adam.
Jake.
And we got Jorge behind the counter table over there, making us sound and look good.
Yeah, the counter.
Go get the gimp.
Guys, today's episode's really cool. If you guys are a local in the high desert, make sure you guys really tune into this episode because we're going to get to know the one and only in the area. He's running for mayor. We're going to get to know his backstory, his policies, what he's running on. So make sure you guys really pay attention because this affects you. And if you live in this area, you're going to really want to know this guy. But let me introduce the one and only Rob Lucero.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's right. Welcome to the podcast, boy.
Thank you for coming
Official
on today,
mayoral
brother.
Take the bubble top off the convertible and drive me through Dallas.
There we go.
Let's go.
What's up, gentlemen? What's up, everybody?
Quick Roil Talk. Everyone good?
Summer,
I'm great.
we are officially in summer, Gemini season. It's Jakey season.
That's right. It's my season. It's my season.
It's coming. It's getting close. 4-1.
Yeah.
Woo!
The big 41 for
Another
me.
year around the sun, baby.
Yeah. I'm ready for security, Mayor. I got you.
Oh, yeah,
I got you. I'm like, back the fuck up, homie.
Yeah.
Do you have an appointment?
Yeah. Are you on the list? Are you on the fucking list?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny is because I get that vibe from council right now.
They're not very
They're
comfortable.
just like everybody that I'm affiliated with. I mean, look at he's wearing his glasses too. They gave me shit for the glasses. Remember? Like his bodyguard. Everybody wears glasses. They're all Secret Service.
Oh man. when we went down to
Mike in a little.
when we went down to for Jake for a TG,
we went to
Adam
a
went down there.
town hall meeting. We
We
spoke
had to go support Jake, and this was in the beginning, man. Like we were barely still doing it, huh? Like we were in the process.
That was weird. New as fuck.
Yeah, and Adam's rocking his shirt, I'm rocking mine, and we went up there to help out Jake because Jake was getting shit from the city council and
The town manager.
yeah, over some bullshit. So we went up. Yeah, and it was a bunch of
No, it was because of the sign.
The
on
sign
side.
on-
Oh,
Sorry.
the sign.
They
Yep.
called it like they wanted to call it something like it wasn't.
Yeah, it's a mural. But
a mural.
Yeah, they were trying to call it a signage and blah blah blah. He didn't get a permit to get it, but it's really a mural. Like art. He had a professional painter come do it.
You know, like right now in this time, I'm sure everyone listening to this like feels the same way. Is like, fuck, it feels like hope is lost, right?
I agree.
Like we're constantly being fucked in California. We feel like fucking Trump is like just doing us dirty, and all the government for that fact, right?
agree.
So like,
Every
I mean,
single
just
one of
even
them.
watching the
Anything
primaries
political
going on
is
right
just
now, you're
terrible.
just like, what the fuck? Like
0 votes for Spencer.
Yeah, overnight.
Mail in. Yeah.
Hold on. It's like they don't even give a fuck no more. They just
That's
Dude,
what
it's
I was
inside.
about to
like
get.
they're just putting it right in
blatantly-
your face now. Like
yeah,
here,
I know. And they blatantly say, like, oh, we don't make enough money in Congress, so we need to stock trade. You cocksuckers are fucking insider trading, but if we
Been
do
doing
it,
it. Stock
we go to
that.
fucking jail. Everything they
But
do
hold on.
that's illegal for us to do.
Get 'em,
you
Joe.
know?
Get
they
'em,
make
Joe.
a $250,000. That's not enough money.
That's not
That's
enough.
No, they
money.
said they can't
Yeah.
survive off that salary.
Wow.
Even though they're all
Wow.
worth millions now,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense, you know?
Like
so,
what's that thing they say? Like, oh, when the government lies to us, it's politics, but when we lie to them, it's a crime.
right,
Exactly.
right.
Come
And
on.
so
now.
you know what? To see like someone, I've been like a big fan of Spencer Pratt.
Who can't?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Huh?
Like
Running
who
for
is
city
it?
Council, city mayor.
He's running for
He
mayor.
got
of
fucked.
LA.
He got
No,
fucked.
but like who
Oh,
is
yeah,
it?
he
A
got
fan of
fucked.
it. Everybody's a
Fucked.
fan of what he's
He
doing.
got
You
fucked.
know, and just look at both of them. I mean, he was singing Israel "Happy Birthday" and shit a couple years ago. So they're all
Spencer?
kind of
Yeah.
There's and I got the same thing when I was rocking Bianco. It's like, oh man, he takes a little bit of money here, and it's like, well, can we just get somebody in there?
Yeah.
Right. You know,
then hold them
my thing is
accountable.
like I want people to start coming in that aren't in lifelong politics. The everyday man.
You want fresh blood.
I want I want the fresh blood. I want the everyday person to come in and
Somebody
be
that's
like,
had a regular job and a regular grind that hasn't been straight into like. There's guys
Yeah.
that just go straight into politics.
they don't
ever-
feel swayed. They don't feel
Thank you.
whatever. And
Yeah.
And that's kind of me for Spencer. I did see that video of the Israel thing with him, and I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting. It was more than a couple years ago. It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
wasn't
it
it,
was,
something like
a
that?
little grainy photo. Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? From
what
what
are
he
you gonna
runs
do?
on right now.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Well, like even then, when he just said it again. Like I think I sent you guys the video where the reporter was trying to get him like, "What's your take on Trump?" He's, "I don't give a fuck about Trump. I'm worried about LA right now."
yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, so you can't say your thing." And that he goes, "I know what kind of bullshit game you're trying to pull on me right now.
Right.
I'm not falling for it." But and then he talked about he's like, "I grew up a lot around Jewish families and Jewish friends."
For sure, where
Went
he
for
grew up there.
100%. If you're up there in LA in the upper class, you're going to hang around with them, but no big deal. But that aside, the fact that all these mail-in ballots came in the middle of the night, sounds familiar, gentlemen?
Yeah.
2020.
Right.
Yeah.
All these mail-in ballots came in, and it's mathematically impossible
Right.
that he just stayed
They said
still.
you could have won the lottery 6 times over in that and before if that ever like
He was killing it when we all went to bed. Sounds
Right.
familiar.
right.
He was killing it.
It's always in the middle of the night.
Always in the
Right.
middle of the night.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, a bunch of mail-in ballots came in for the Democrat, and she won by a landslide.
Okay, I got you on that 100% because I was that person. They're still receiving ballots from around the world from veterans, but I'm doubting all these veterans are voting in polls all over the freaking world,
Mm-hmm.
and they're handing them to Karen Bass.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I did the same thing. I ran in 18, and I'm like, I lost. I didn't even. I'm like in last place, and then I moved to third because I found out later on, especially the combat veteran, but the one deployed, they don't see the signs on the streets. They ain't
Yeah.
watching the commercials. Half of them get their mail mailed to their mom and their dads, and they just look through it and send me the good shit, And then in the middle of the night, I would pick up some votes. It's happened to me twice. But I doubt that many, and his stayed still.
Yeah.
That's
Like him
the thing.
just to
Yeah,
stay
but-
idle, and then this crazy chick
to
just
be that popular.
and how crazy she is. It's like,
Yeah.
you guys gonna keep playing us on this?
Right.
It's I love the city of Los Angeles. It's a whole deep spot in my heart. It's where my family's from, and it's where my parents were growing up there. My grandparents grew up there. I mean, that's just my mom's East LA, my dad's from East LA, and
Gotcha.
it's always home to me. Even when I go there, it's home. But I can honestly sit there and say like, there's shit there. It's fucked up for sure. Like
Yeah.
the LA that I know when I was around, like there wasn't fucking naked ass bums on the street.
Wouldn't happen.
Venice when I was a kid, Venice was fucking
Wouldn't happen.
beautiful.
You get touched up if you act like that.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The neighborhood would handle it. Like what my dad would tell me when all that shit went down with that neighborhood where they got the Night Stalker. That was my parents' neighborhood.
Right.
And
I heard a
when
couple stories on that, and
and
then
when-
the neighborhood
and
didn't
that's where-
play.
neighborhood got him.
Neighborhood,
Cops.
yeah,
Gabby's mom grew up right there.
yeah.
Really?
They,
Same shit,
tracked
yeah.
him down. They did better than feds.
the neighborhood's the one that got him
Yep.
and dropped
Yeah.
bombs on him and
Right.
hands. And it's just at some point.
Well, you fuck with women. That's a whole that's on the women and children side. So after
Agreed.
a while,
It's the last of the
People-
gangster shit.
Yeah.
people are gonna take care of that
Yeah.
shit on their own.
Yeah.
Like a man's gonna handle business after a while.
Exactly.
Well, the community like rose together, right? They had
Yeah.
night watch programs, and like they were like,
Yeah.
whatever. Rob, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where'd you come from? Where did you?
Born in St. Mary's.
Hey,
Nice.
Adam.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
me too,
I was
buddy.
jamming up Adam
Local.
outside.
Local.
Yeah.
Local. Okay.
Yeah.
We both grew up next to Center Street.
Yeah,
That's right, that's
grew
right,
up, grew up
that's
by Center
right.
Street, 1500 block.
Yeah.
As far as on the east side, man, I'm on that row of houses, man, on the east side of the park. And I grew up there, went to school, same thing. I forgot to ask how old you were, bro. But I did Irwin, I did
Yeah.
Victor Jr., and I did Victor High.
Okay,
How old are you, Rob? Excuse me,
I'm 44. I'll be 45 in October. Yeah.
Okay.
a little bit older than me.
And
but
yeah, man, like you're saying, those are the good old days when the neighborhood would come together and shit like that, man. And
you could go knock on the neighbor's door if you needed something, or
yeah,
Outside. What we used to call them, the block parties and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
it's
yeah,
back in the
everybody
day,
was
man.
cool,
Back in the
bro.
day.
Everybody was cool, and everybody watched out, and nobody called the cops.
Yep.
You know what I'm
No.
saying?
well,
That's
the
right.
cops are usually at the park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where they-
loosen up their lug nuts, And then I took off from there. Couch surfed in Apple Valley Road, Rancherias, and then I took off to Hesperia, deep into Hesperia off of Peach.
That's where
Loved
my
it, man.
mom's
I
at.
that was like
La Mesa.
serious.
Oh, Mecca. Peach and Mecca.
Yeah,
the Mesa.
bro. Dude, I loved being out there, and there was just no light pollution,
Mm-hmm.
no nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and it felt like just like a getaway. And then we come back into town, and then I bounced all over the dirt, man. I lived everywhere except for Lucerne Valley and Phelan. You know, I stayed in the hood in Adelanto, the Rain Garden right there by Mike's Liquor. I stayed there for about a year. Yeah, you know, new houses, little houses, big yards, and then I took off to Georgia. That was you know, everybody's like, oh, you know, you're going to Georgia. When I went to Georgia, they hit me with the California shit. Oh, don't come out here in California or Georgia. I said, don't you Georgia or California, motherfucker. You guys got your own problems in your own backyard. And you think you're safe because it's the GOP? You think you're safe? I fight the GOP back home. And then literally after a while, you know, I had a shooting range in my backyard and all my neighbors became my best friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I got cancer and I came back because I wasn't down with Georgia healthcare. I just looked at them. They're about ready to put me in an MRI machine. I swear the motherfucker had a 2x4 underneath one of the corner of the legs, you know. I said, man, you know, all the shit you guys talk in California, inmates get better treatment out here, you know. And I decided I was going to come back to Loma Linda. You know, my last baby daughter, she was high-risk pregnancy. I took her, you know, down to Loma Linda, all her appointments, because she was delivered down there all through the riots, all through that shit, you know. You ain't going to catch me, one of those dudes on TV, you know, running around my vehicle. Plus, I know a lot of people, so I get a rite of passage. But basically, when I got saved at Loma Linda, bro, that was the biggest thing. I almost got thrown out of there because they wanted to vaccinate me. They wanted to shoot me up, and they wanted a PCR test, and I wouldn't even do the PCR test. I said, nah, that's all fake. You're lying. You're lying. I don't believe in none of this shit. I don't believe my government. So they fucking threw me in like an ICU unit, like a NICU and shit.
A room by
Just
yourself?
windows
Yeah.
with the, you know, like a Sally Porta corridor. You had to go through one. They double gloved up, and I was like, guys, just take that shit off. I don't care. You're not gonna get me sick. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Well, because you have no immune system when you have that.
You know, and I
Right.
got an infection 3 times during cancer, and you just fight it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't do the port because I'm tattooing 27 years now. So a lot of my clients, I know a lot of people, bro. So a couple of the clients, they were like, nah, dude, I got the port, and that shit stayed in my artery. You know, it gave me an infection, and right on top of your heart, you know. Low blood cells, you get an infection, it kind of just feels like you got a bad headache and everything hurts.
Yeah.
But I've seen other patients, it just like directly on your heart. So I did everything through the veins. Germ cell stage 3. When they told me I was stage 3, I was like, oh, hell yeah. They just told me I had stage 4 lung cancer. And they were like, germ cell stage 3 is your highest. And I was actually DMing one of my nurses, you know, because they started following me because of my politics, man, you know, Second Amendment side. And I used to make fun of male nurses, man, just for a little bit, you know. You know, growing up, it was like, you know, and then you just, man, they changed my life, bro. One time, let me go, bro. One time, bro, I could not even get out of my bed. I couldn't even, like, get to stand up. I'm 160 pounds. I'm, like, going to get up. And one of my nurses, like 6'6", fucking big old fucking dreadlock black dude. Love this dude, bro. He just turns around and throws me in the air, stands me up, dude, like, didn't even miss a beat. Then all the other ones, man, then they seen how much I'm tattooed. They're just like, damn, you're tatted everywhere. So I started making friends with a lot of them, and they had the same belief system. They're just like, dude, some of them took the vaccine, some of them didn't. I know people that took it, and they died. I know people that took it, and they're not doing good. What I think it is, I think it's just a tracking system.
Really?
Yeah, I think you see my rifle. I brought my rifle to show off a little bit. It's the younger crowd because I did the gun show for decades, and the younger crowd, I try to get them in the Second Amendment. When I did my FFL, I did 02, which is pawnbroker. And I always got questioned, why are you not a 07? Why are you not doing all these other stature? I said, man, dude, I'm 02 because they're going to red flag everybody. And they're going to take their guns, and then by the time you turn your guns in, you're going to owe inventory fees and all these FFLs that are on the government side. They're going to take your money. And you're 22 that you want to get back, that means a lot to you. It ain't worth it. $500.
Do you think like even with Democrats when they've come into office, even during the White House, when they're like they're coming for your guns, do you think it's all bullshit? Because clearly, it's never happened. You know.
I think that I like now that we live in this crazy time that I think there's an agenda.
You really believe that?
Damn right.
I think there's an overall agenda. I just don't think like they got to think about like America is the most saturated with guns.
Thank you.
That's right.
per capita
Damn
with
proud.
people. So like you'll have a revolution if you come try to take everybody's guns in America, especially the country boys, the back. You know what I mean?
That's right.
We don't know what's back,
Cali boys.
but the country boys back in the different states that are allowed to have like drive with it, like where your brother's at, like they're experienced with their piece, their machine. You know what I mean? So imagine trying to like you're fighting an army, a civil army.
militia.
So
I think they're gonna. I think they know that, right? So they have to come in a different way if they're gonna take.
yeah,
us
the
out,
angles.
right?
Or remember when they had guns for cash? You go turn in your
Yeah.
gun. They, like so
Yeah.
they're trying to be nice about it, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are waking up.
And we're seeing.
Well,
Like-
the thing is, we were just saying right before the podcast is they're blatantly fucking telling us how corrupt they are. Newsom, I mean, dude, has stopped the Nick Shirley Act. Like, get the like, dude, if you're not, if you really
He's-
think that's a good, I've not heard
He's
one person say.
Well,
that was a
he's
good idea.
this journalist, right? He's a job. He has a job.
He's a journalist.
Is exposing fraud in California, and the governor is attacking him personally.
Right.
Come
For
on, guys.
exposing
Like,
fraud.
can you not think about it? It's super simple right there.
Yeah.
Like, if
I
you
think
can't
he's
read
a plant.
between,
Huh?
I think he's a plant. Yeah, they're all plants.
Really?
You have to think that way, or you're not gonna get your ass out of this shit.
They think he's a plant. They think that Nick Fuentes is it Fuentes? Is that his name?
Oh, he's definitely a plant.
You think he's a plant?
Oh, Sean Ryan.
You think Sean Ryan's a plant?
Yeah, Tucker Carlson.
Oh, not Tucker. Not Tucker.
Oh man, just ask the CIA daddy.
That's all right. I know a lot of people do a lot of shit, but I'm just saying. It's just. I think.
Joe Rogan.
You think Rogan's a plant?
They have to take care and saturate the masculine male's mind. Look at the viewers.
well, so like, so that's what World War I or World War II was about. They say it wasn't about like war, like people think.
Mhm.
It was to destroy all the baddest, most masculine men signed up to go to war. That's what they do. The good bloodlines, like there's kind of some history on this.
Exactly.
And like they wanted to destroy the masculine men because
Yeah.
they sent them to war, killed them all, so that gene and that stuff goes away, and that's why everything's been getting softer and softer over the years because the real masculine men in that era they killed it, they suppressed it.
Yeah.
See, I feel like with WW2, that was the last time where, before our government became the world police and started fucking controlling everything around the world, I feel like that was the last time where our country was attacked. So we had to go defend. But ever since then, of course, that's where President Truman has said it, not President Truman, Eisenhower gave that great speech on the military-industrial complex when he left office. He said that that's going to be the threat to America in the future, war. And then, of course, we all know JFK came into office and spoke up against the Vietnam War. He didn't even want fucking advisors in there, and you saw what happened to him. And
He pushed too hard.
The minute he passed away, LBJ sent our boys to the Far East, and I don't know, man.
The thing about masculinity, though, is like, do we take any account for the change in the world?
as far as what?
Because we all live in the past, especially as generations goes. Before our generation, they called us bitches.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Now we're calling the next generation bitches, and it'll go on. You know what I mean? And on
Yeah.
and on. But you got to realize, like, our world is becoming. We're not all
convenient.
dying on the streets anymore. That's a thing of the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no reason. Not no reason. Okay, let me change my words because I'll get my ass chewed out. But being masculine is not the same as being masculine back in the day when you had to fucking lift shit. You know,
Hunt and-
now do we have
Well, it's-
machines do everything?
It's,
We
I
have
think it's that thing
we
where
have
like
internet.
The trades, we still got the trades.
yeah,
And,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I started breaking that cycle in around 2017 when I was doing the gun shows because I was seeing the young males come in and they were just getting beat up by the elders. You know, you guys are fucking bitches. You see it in the Cholo world, all these Edgars. You know, until Edgar gets down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, he's a punk until fucking Edgar locks it in. You know what I'm saying? And it was the same thing I seen at the gun show with the young man. It was just like I wanted to be the Second Amendment big brother to them. And I wanted to feed them information. Number one, I mean, we see a whole generation right now with all the slandering and all these laws that are coming over that foreign country that just joined our military. That was the thing. I got to the younger generation. I said, you guys be quiet. You guys got to keep it gangster. You know, kind of fish don't get caught.
That's
One with his mouth open. You guys are all on social media, you know, because they would start following me, man. They see my rifle. It looks like I put in a pack of punch and came out, dude. I'm like, that's 6,500 G. You know what I'm saying? That's 24 karat, bro. You got to pay something.
Yeah.
And they would see that and they were just like, man. And then they would go to the next table and you got some freaking back to blue, just the whole uniformed, you know, what
Square.
came to become a bootlicker.
Right.
And these kids are just they're the black flags. They're the ones that are going to spit on their hands and hoist the black flags because they don't care. And now there's a whole group of women by the New World Order structure. What did somebody told me the other day? One of my voters was like, "What do they call it? Involuntary incelibates or some shit."
No.
Where the
heard of that.
freaking young males.
Will you look that up, Jorge?
Yeah. My boy David Serpa running for treasurer, man. He didn't win. I was hoping he'd win. Combat Marine.
Insolibates?
Incels.
Incel-
But they're involuntary celibates because the women, you know, the OnlyFans women and all these.
Celibate. Okay.
These guys are just sitting at home, and you know what they're doing? I stopped making fun of these fools playing video games because you see the Ukraine war, you see the Russia war, you see. Is it?
Sexless marriage.
No sex.
They're just like talking
Chalice.
to women, and the
Well,
women
this is what
are.
I was trying to say. Like, so hard times create hard. That's
Hard
the
man.
whole thing.
Yeah,
Soft
well,
times create soft men.
So like we're in a soft time
Yeah, that's
right now. Like
exactly
I get what you're saying. Like everything's easy, accessible. We're in a soft time, so
Right.
it's creating soft, and then we're getting to the point where it's push is coming to shove. So then it's gonna become a hard time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a cycle we're going through. But I think that's like kind of what you're saying is like everything's easy.
Right.
Technology, access, phone,
Got you.
everything's now.
Instant.
Well, you got to take
instant.
accountability. We are the
Instagram.
older generation, you know,
Yeah.
because the boomers, they sold us out.
Boomers ruined the fucking planet, bro.
They put that red MAGA hat on and was like, "Hey, bro, I got he's gonna
Well, this
save
is
the
the thing,
world,"
like-
and he didn't see it. They didn't see it in 2016. They didn't see it in 2020. There ain't no fake election in 2020. It ain't rigged. We've never voted for the president.
Since when? When do you think? When do you think that left?
I think it was 1805, but I always used Abraham Lincoln.
Who was the
I would-
last- who was the
I would
last
leave
one?
the youngsters on a stall. I go, what president was hated by the entire country? Lost 60% of the popular vote, but won the Electoral College. Trump, and then they remember Bush, 9/11. We know if you guys are 9/11,
Yeah.
we're
now.
clear that.
Come on now.
Yeah, we're okay. So we're past that. We graduated, but then you get to Abraham Lincoln. It was the same thing. The Civil War was coming. I go, Abraham Lincoln won. Why do you think he won? Because you have two sides. Now it's just the same billionaire donating to both
right.
sides of the
That's
party.
right.
Back then, and you want to talk about Eisenhower, you got to talk about Smedley. Look that guy up, Smedley Butler. Straight up, got all kinds of freaking medallions, dude. Fucking war boss, dude. Warlord. Come back and wrote a book and said, "You guys are all just gonna ruin our young man." But another thing, I think Abraham Lincoln got nailed for because he did what the old world order wanted to do, but when he printed that greenback. That's where you got to follow. You got to follow the history of fucking weapons and currency. And you're going to
And they
see the
created a
new
Federal
level.
Reserve.
The world changes only on those two. And you're going to see with digital currency.
You
I
think? Do you think that's coming? No
Oh,
matter
it's
what?
coming.
You think it's?
Well,
Oh,
it's-
it's here.
It's not even currency. It's like it's going to be controlled.
Right.
Like you have to have permission to use it. You can use it here, there. There's so much like.
Well, we're
it's-
definitely in a police state now.
Oh, we're in a surveillance
We're in a
state
surveillance state
because
now.
you begged for it in 2020. Not y'all, but I watched the country. I watched so many fucking magtards sit there and go, "There's an open border." I said, tell Congress, 2003 Unaccompanied Minor Act, go back in there, repeal it, and it stops. And they don't care because that takes work. You know what I'm saying? A state's convention. Can we repeal some amendments and add some amendments? And then I asked them, what's the original 13th Amendment? They don't even know that shit. So then they just watched our country, military age males. No, those are to build data centers because Americans ain't going to build that shit.
Yeah.
I know plenty of people right now, they're like, I'm not going back to work on a data center. I'm over here in Apple Valley trying to keep them out of there. So that's number one.
They're trying to build one out there, huh? North
Yeah.
Apple Valley.
I think that's why they're trying to move the water around because I love doing what I do. But
That makes sense because it takes so much water.
It does.
and why do you think they're in a lawsuit with Los Ranchos?
Well, they're trying to do eminent domain and take it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like
yeah.
And it doesn't make sense because there's so much
$90,000 in lawyer fees they've spent on this thing.
Yeah. Oh, 700,000 now.
Oh, really?
Oh man, and this is the funny part is because the red hats. I watch these people. Oh man.
Well,
Q.
that's the thing about the town council.
yeah,
It's all old school red hat dudes.
and it's perfect.
all of them. Like
It's perfect setup. They thought I was scary. I was like, you need to look at your town outside, bro.
so. What made you want to jump in the race? Like,
Everybody, the people make me do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do none of this shit. I want a normal life.
Yeah.
I want to go make.
But
what
was the switch that flicked? Like what?
So I ran against Bill Holland in 2018, 17 election in 2018
in Hesperia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I owned about an acre.
Okay.
So it wasn't the fact that I, couldn't park a truck on my property, but I just don't like it, once they come, because the police state starts local in your backyard. Code enforcement, they rock badges. You don't do what they say.
They go get the sheriff.
But then Blue Line shows up, and
with,
next thing you know, you're the bad guy, and we got a Bundy standoff over some guy planting a semi truck on his property that he pays taxes on.
Hello.
So the truckers came and got me, and they were like, they want to charge us all this money to park on our shit because they fucked the roads up. I go, well, the trash trucks right on the edge of the shoulder and break them up all the time. At least you guys ride in the middle and get out to the Bear Valley. And then I gave them enough information that they needed. Like, what's the weight requirement since we're jacking up the roads? And how about Atlanta? They got all that weed money and their roads are still trash.
Well, it's like every intersection on Highway 18 is fucked up. Central, Flathead,
and the shitty part is you drive around town and they keep repaving the same fucking roads. And they're always in the nice areas.
So
you notice that?
Hey,
only the nice areas.
You want to hear
so
something funny?
Look at
Joe, brother, let me just interject real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm running and I'm doing the gun show and I'm campaigning there. And an older gentleman, like anti-boomer, but boomer age, goes, if you look on the map, if you GPS, all the paved roads were to the old council members' houses.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you said repaving the same
well, look,
one,
I used to live in Apple Valley by the golf course.
Oh,
for like a few years, right? You know where? So when I moved there, I lived there for 5 years, I think, 4 or 5 years. When I moved there, they did the roads by Tony, by our barber. Just the other day, I went, they redid it again, and I'm like, this road doesn't like these roads are fine. There's nothing wrong with them, but other roads are. I'm telling you, the intersection of Central and Highway 18, Flathead, Kiowa, and there's one more in between, are all like patched up, potholed, like fucked up.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody, any of the council goes out that far. They go the other way.
They don't even look that far, bro.
Dude, they're fucked, like potholes.
They don't need out that far.
Well, I live in the flats,
Mm-hmm.
Rancherias.
Mm-hmm.
And
your roads are fucking atrocious.
what pisses me, you know how Rome became so successful? They built roads, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
able to
absolutely.
travel faster, right?
Agree
When
with
you
you.
build roads and upkeep roads, it brings in better people. It
Commerce.
brings, you know what I mean? People want to move to that area. They want to keep it clean because, our roads are nice.
Commerce.
Let's you know what I mean? It creates the thing. And but then they just skip over all the fucking roads that are like.
They don't use the money for
Adelanto, great fucking example. Holy fucking shit.
Get him,
that
Joe.
place is a shithole, bro.
Get him, Joe.
And I own a marijuana company there. And
nice.
so we pay, dude, hundreds of thousands of dollars to that fucking city. And I hope the mayor isn't going to see me now. Did you see
Hey,
he's on
Gabriel.
Rafa's
Hey,
I wanted to comment
Gabriel,
so
I
bad.
got you, bro.
Yeah. It drives me crazy. So
He
you know what,
trying.
though? I'll play devil advocate.
There you go.
Bit, right? I've never seen a city budget. I've never sat in the fucking room and seen a city budget. I want to know how much, because I'm a businessman. Okay, I'm a numbers guy, right?
Yep.
I need to know how much money's coming in, how much money's going out. Let's
Disposition
do our
sheet.
report, right?
Yep.
But then when all I have is off of my visuals, right? What I
Yeah.
can see, and I have common fucking sense, unlike 80% of the fucking world. Like I could sit there and be like, this doesn't seem right, right? This seems off. You know what I mean? But what can I fucking do? To fucking top it off with Apple Valley and their fucking shit, dude. I don't know any of them personally. I don't go to town meetings.
They're all kids
when
of
I watch
millionaires.
fucking clips of that
Yeah.
fucking dickhead, Mike, the dude who was laughing at the fucking girl that wasn't in there, talking about how shitty the animal shelters are, and laughs in their face like, "You're here for dogs? Fuck you, bitch! Get the fuck out of Congress, bro. Or get the fuck out of City Hall. You're a piece of fucking shit.
Get him,
dude.
Joe.
Like, dude, like those guys that just laugh at us, like all of our politics. Newsom, you crack fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like those guys need to get popped in their fucking head, bro.
That's right.
You know what
Get
I mean?
him,
Like,
Joe.
period, bro. Like, dude, that shit infuriates me more than you work for the fucking people.
Exactly.
Like, get it through your fucking head. You guys are just bettering yourselves. You're not doing anything for us. Fuck you, dude. Fuck all you. You know. So,
That'll boy.
so someone like you coming in with a fresh taste is like, no, fuck all you too, dude. That for sure.
just take
Like,
the
that's
seat.
why I want to give you a platform. Let's talk about it.
It's the
I was the
people's
one who
seat.
saw your clip, by the way.
Yes.
On
Right.
thing.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
you know what I did, bro? The first thing I did was check your comments on that. I think Voice of Apple Valley
Yeah, I like
posted
Voice,
you, right?
man.
He's
posted
pretty cool.
Clean,
Dude,
man.
all the comments had nothing but good shit to say about you, bro. Everyone
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, bro, Rob's
go,
a fucking
Rob.
down to
Let's-
earth
yeah.
man, family man,
Thank
neighbor."
you.
You know what I mean? And I was like, I texted,
and
him,
I was
like,
there in
"Guys,
the
let's get him
box.
on."
Thank
Huh?
you. Thank you. I appreciate all your support.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
because I got into some other with some other cat, and I said, "Well, tell the mayor right now to come down in the comment box."
Yeah,
You ain't gonna come down in the comment box.
no, they're all pussies.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally, Joe. Literally,
Oh,
Joe
yeah, but
grabbed it.
the-
and was like, "Hey, let's get him on."
The voice of the Apple Valley kept
next
poking.
move, I got. That's when I messaged you.
But the voice of the Apple Valley kept poking at the mayor, and then he wanted to have a sit down with him.
You notice all the fucking Instagrams in the high desert, a town, or voice of Apple Valley. What's the other one?
Shenanigans.
Yeah. There's
She's
like a
cool
few-
as fuck.
Shenanigans is
They
dope.
all go after.
They
him,
all
man.
have their purposes, and this is what I love about independent journalism.
Mhm.
Because when we go through things in this world, they go for First Amendment first,
That's
Right.
right.
and then they come for the second.
Yeah.
They're already got the third,
Right.
and they'll pull you over and get your fourth,
Uh-huh.
and you ain't even gonna have a fifth because you're gonna hit a FISA immigration judge.
Right.
ICE isn't for Mexicans, bro. It's for
Preach.
It's for the Second
Preach.
Amendment.
It's the
crowd.
federal army, bro.
Preach.
Wall penetrating radar. Like, we got you.
Preach.
Your last post, you said what? And we flocked you to your house? Straight up.
That's why you got to be like social media. They use it.
It's to flush out. It's
It's
their honey
ultimately
dog.
to use against you.
Yeah, it's
You
the
know,
honey
I
dog.
have some liberal friends, you know. And,
Me too. I got
and-
liberal voters.
Great fucking dudes. Great
Progressives.
people.
I call them progressives.
But but they're not. They'll talk shit about the far left. They're like, "Yo, what the fuck,
Thank
bro?
you.
Like, stop this trans shit,
I
dude.
don't
Like,
even
Thank
can't
you.
we just get
Thank
a normal
you.
fucking?
Thank
You know what I
you.
mean? That's what we want. Just
That's, you know
normalcy.
what that's called? It's called common sense.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That's what that's called.
I don't
Jake's
think. I think
Common
Jake's
sense.
on the same page as me, but I don't even think I'm either anymore.
I'm right in the middle.
It's hard.
I'm in
it's
the
hard
Well,
middle.
you have to get them to unite.
right.
That's what the problem is.
That's not gonna
You got all
happen.
these Jake Lands and you got chimping out and you got all these mechanisms where it's just your next feed is what they think you're going to think you like. And you scroll up. You don't know what's coming up the bottom of your phone.
Right.
They're predictive programming you.
Yeah.
Palantir with Gideon. You add all these AI shits together, bro, and then they just feed you your anger. And hopefully you get mad at somebody of color because we're all different colors.
That's right.
And then you hope
That's
you
right.
get mad at the left, and then the right hates you. So I smash everybody and then build them back up.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna get it. You know, being in the business and all these things, and being a parent and being a good homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break you the fuck down, but I'm gonna build you back up in the end. I hate meth. I fucking got more people, more homeboys off of meth than anything. I just shit trash you. I don't want you around. Just kick them like a dog.
Mhm.
And then they come back and they figure it out and they'll thank me in the end.
Mhm.
Straight up.
Mhm.
So tough love.
We have to, yes, and you have to be tough love with the voters because I get so much, because everybody thought I was Trump. A lot of people met me in 2020 because I was like, man, fuck the government, and they're just like, oh yeah, you're one of us, you know. And then I'm watching all these patriots. That's why you can't call me a patriot no more. Hey, Rob, you're a patriot. No, I'm a fucking irregular.
What's what's on your agenda? If you say you
So
get the seat,
I'm
what's
on my
on-
agenda number one. I'm glad you asked that. I just want to do 2 years, bro.
But what's on your agenda though? Like to
That's my first agenda is just getting the seat. I'm promising everybody because it's a 2-year term. Get me in that seat for 2 years so I have time to go through this mess of voters and these people, unite them through social media, use the weapon against them. And then I'm handing off a freaking phone to the next mayor that I'm pulling up. And I'm already looking at a couple people. First, after that, we got to square away the dogs in the animal shelter, bro. Man, I can't look at a city council eating. You ever watch somebody eat?
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of movies where they describe people eating. You know, a lot of people don't even like to eat in front of people. Then you look at this mental personality. We got a city council that's ate enough fried chicken to save every fucking cat and every dog in the animal shelter. We could literally pay for spade and neutering and just empty the dog pound.
Yeah.
We did the car show over there, and I ran into Emick, and he wouldn't shake my hand. You know, my other buddy, David Deckner, man, that's a good dude. He's a fucking gladiator. I call him Goliath. I said, you ain't David, you're Goliath. David might win, but Goliath comes in here, and he's the one that was brave enough to FOIA those fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So we're over there talking to Emick, wouldn't shake my hand, and he just looks me in my face. And he goes, it's you. It's the way you came in, your face, the way you look. And I said, damn, man, you guys see my wallet. My first baby mama, my first wife gave me that wallet. And I said, man, my first wife, she always said I had a resting bitch face, bro. What's up?
yeah, but as a man, you still shake hands. Even
He
if you
wouldn't shake my
agree
hand.
or disagree or
See?
don't like. You still,
That's on him.
Like it's like a
Right.
respect thing. You know what I mean? You just still shake hands.
Well, the thing was, is I guess I terrified them, and they were going to revisit some policy to harden the city council.
Oh, fuck him.
So that I go, so you're going to
So they're
borrow
playing bullshit.
millions of dollars that we can't afford because we haven't balanced the budget since 2016. Last 3 years, you don't even have the records. It looks like, you know, where's your taxes? And it's all receipt box. You know, it's a bad relationship with them. They just got to go hit the road, Jack. But when he talked about hardening it, anybody could just go in there and do anything they want. And he said the word shoot.
He said
and
what?
He said shoot.
Shoot.
Anybody can come in and shoot the place up.
What the?
I said, are you trying to fucking pin me on some shit? Man, you're a coward, bro. I said, I'm going to guarantee you when I get that seat in November, I ain't passing millions of dollars to harden up. Nah, homie, I'll give the deputies a couple shotguns and call it a day. That's the problem, is you guys are afraid of the people.
But
I think they're afraid to be canceled.
Yeah,
They're
but
afraid of the mob.
They're
No.
millionaires. They're fine.
this is the thing. They're afraid of.
But you're right. They feel like they still have that ego.
No, but they're afraid of you don't like it. Conflict. Like they don't want to have conflict come through the door
Yeah.
and have
They're
to
the
deal
weak
with
men.
it. They don't want to have to deal with it face to face and answer for it. You know what I mean?
They're
Some of
the
these
weak
guys,
men.
some people, like this is what I told my wife when I started watching. There's that one dude that's advocating for all their fraud and like he's looking through the public records and trying to identify. They won't give it to him. He's an Apple Valley resident. I said, dude, you got to think you piss off the right people. Some people got a lot of time and a lot of money on their hands, so they're gonna sit around and fucking unfold this fucking thing this trash pile you've made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna dig through it, find all the bullshit, and then they're gonna expose it. I said some people got time and money on their hands. I said especially in Apple Valley.
Yeah.
I said there's been successful people that are retired and they're tired of this bullshit. I said so they've created this monster that they're dealing with now because the town is waking up. They're tired
They're
of the
waking
bullshit.
up. They doxed my boy Goliath.
But the crazy thing, this is a coincidence that I find interesting to me, is the town budget and the council is fucked up, right? Well, look at the school district.
Oh, I got some man. You
They're
know
both going through the same type of shit that's going on. They had to cut a bunch of I think they cut 260 jobs out of the Apple Valley School District.
They were working for it, and they just prolonged it. They put a
Ryan
put a
says it's
Band-Aid.
because of Trump, because he was the one that axed the education budget
Yeah.
on his side.
Well, they
a lot
gave
of that
money
funding
during
that came
COVID.
into the schools went away.
So that stimulus package, I remember everybody's like, "Oh my God, Trump's passing the fucking CARES Act." Did you know that Black Lives Matter, especially the governor's election, Steve Hilton was crowdfunding for BLM, and then you literally had Bianco, the only sheriff.
Take a fucking knee.
He got paid out from
Take a
BLM.
knee, but his city didn't get destroyed. And I know his campaign, and he was literally at the point where he was just like, "We can either bust your nuggets, and you guys are all leaving in a paddy wagon, or we can work this out." And I personally, me, being an independent party, agreeing with BLM, the original cause of BLM, police brutality, I respect that officer.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not the same.
But you want to dog on my boy? Like, he stood face to face while all these other coward sheriffs ran and hid because they were all under the indoctrination program to let the fuckers destroy the cities. So the CARES Act goes to build them smart. So that was an infrastructure package in that bill. If you take CARES Act with Obama's Cures Act and combine those together, you'll see what's happening with these data centers, bro. So when it came down to the school district, they used a lot of the stimulus money to hire.
Well,
which was like
there's also
assistant
the
teachers.
Apple Valley School District has the most administrators making over six figures of any district.
I
around.
agree. They should
that's
literally
like-
flip it.
They cut a bunch of like lower hanging fruit. We have friends that are employees there.
Yeah.
Like two of them had to move. Like they lost their position and they had to move to different stuff. Like
Yeah.
so there were shifts around, but they won't cut their administrators. They have a fuck ton of administrators that make big bucks.
Oh, this is 6 figures.
Yeah.
So like the town manager in Apple Valley, $350,000 a year. $350,000 to tell me to shut up and violate my
see the
First
first one that
Amendment.
came in. He's already out. He
Well,
resigned
that's what I brought
because
up.
he wouldn't bend the knee and he knew the fraud and corruption, so they pushed him out.
Exactly,
Wow.
brother. So that's because they shut me off on that one. The town manager started shutting me off, and I was about ready, like, dude, we got how much? This fool makes $400 a year. The town attorney, and then we got $350 town manager. You guys got a lot of money to violate my fucking rights.
there.
And did you see me go and suing him? I said I'm coming back. That's why you seen in the end of the video. I'll talk to you after.
They don't.
And you know what he did? He hid behind paperwork.
Of course you did.
And I sat there and waited and sat there and waited. And then I had some guests that I didn't expect. There were landlords in Apple Valley that were worried about some of their, complexes and shit. And they came in. So I did the round. I was like, I'll leave with you guys and talk with you outside. And I just told the mayor, I said, I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon, bud.
They don't want to come from behind that desk over there.
No, they don't. They don't even want to come out into the comment box. So when Emmett had told me at the animal shelter he went to shake my hand, he goes, and we're gonna build bulletproof in front of this, metal detectors. And I go,
For
why don't you add a
what?
Sally port and a full cavity search, bro? What are you tripping on? You're terrified because they caught you. Not me. You're just mad at me because I'm the voice of the people. But when he said freaking safe room, I couldn't help it. I started laughing.
A safe room.
I said, man. It's like corporations put them in, you know, especially like the 1% New World Order. If they don't have a bunker, they got a safe room in their house. And it's going to take anything up to a 50 cal.
You haven't seen that movie, Safe Room?
Safe room with Jodie Foster.
That's a legit movie.
Oh, that movie? Yeah.
And they get a lot. She has
Yeah,
this.
That's like a
You
rich
could
thing.
do whatever. It's pretty much
Supposedly there
oxygen
is
ventilated.
I don't know if it's true or whatever, but it's kind of like just little whispers, but there's a bunker underneath the police station.
Oh, there's always got to be something
Yeah,
like
big
that
one.
for them.
We see the billion they're spending in Sacramento on the new governor
Building?
or the new
Governor's building?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
they're
and it's
rebuilding
going
it, dude.
around. I
It's
mean,
gonna have
look-
underground everything.
yeah, look at DC, the
You know who's
ballroom,
paying for that?
Double AL. Yeah, that's where
They talk
BB's
shit
going
about
to be
Trump's
sitting.
ballroom.
But
Yeah,
they-
he's going to be. It's multi-layer.
but
They're going to
you
have a
guys know
hospital
that
down there, and they can
you
hold
know
it out with the
there's-
Golden Dome.
There's funding that's
'Cause they
coming
know.
from a bunch of Jews
Of course there is.
that are paying for that.
Of course there is.
I mean,
Like 200 million or something.
I just call them New World Order, bro, because they got money. They'll turn around. They'll drop off ticks in our own backyard, try to get us sick so we don't eat meat, and
It's
you
crazy.
know, and
what's
now they're
going on.
doing
there's
the
actually a case in Texas about those.
Yeah,
about
the Lone Star tick,
About the
the one
meat.
that died.
Yeah.
Well, did you see they now they have a disease that came back in the livestock,
Yeah.
cows and cattle
Yeah.
that hasn't been around since the 60s, and it's been
Yeah, that's
working
the
its
one I'm
way.
talking about. That's what I'm talking
It's
about.
been
yeah.
working its way up through Mexico, and
Yeah.
like they're doing it. But dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
Can't
It's
even-
always during midterms. It's always during presidential elections.
Like,
every
That
2
shit
years.
happens, right?
dude. It's
Mhm.
but yeah,
It's
but
the
like
psyops.
you're fucking with normal people, like normal, hardworking class citizens that run projects and eat, and
Yeah.
like it's a whole community. Think about
Yeah.
like a cattle community, right? The restaurants around there get the beef. The people that work there, the land, everybody comes in to eat. Even the politicians come into those steakhouses and eat.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy if you really sit back and start thinking about like all the whole gimmick of it, and it's just all control. Like we're nobody down here. We're just peons.
It's wild. Like I see in the
Collateral
comments on
damage.
social media, like especially like
Yeah.
when I see the political things, and I'll just read. And I always see the comments from people outside the country, and they say Americans have no idea how
What's coming.
compromised their government is.
Exactly.
It's pretty wild, man.
yeah, because they
Well,
already got
even-
their Second
even-
Amendment taken. All
Even
of them.
a lot of the other countries, they'll publicly say, you know, like we get portrayed to us like countries don't like us. They don't like our government.
Yeah,
Not us people, not the American people.
Yeah, there's
They
like
just
the
don't like
Iran
our
Lego
government.
videos. I
Yeah.
think that's the CIA.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
You know, because
I
they're
wouldn't
getting you to
doubt it.
click on it and reshare. And like I tell a lot of my people when they watch my stories on Instagram, because I'm banned off of Facebook, I'm banned off of every platform. They don't work. I've got 2 accounts on Instagram, and I'm just limping along. And when they see those, I go, dude, those are the CIA. They're getting it's clickbait, and they're putting you into the digital train car on the Trump train. You're gonna get palantired, door knocked. You're gonna get indicted. We got to get the guns out of his. All these houses without us risking men going in. We got to indict him. This is one of my. He couldn't vote for me, and he was an immigrant. That's why all the stuff when this shit happened with the re-election, they were like, Rob, you're like, you don't want to deport him? I said, I got a lot of people that got their paperwork in right now. I got a lot of people that don't know their home country.
Yeah.
But there's one individual, let me get his story out. He was getting his paperwork. He was getting to marry his baby mama because they kind of did, we don't want to do the state thing. And I agree with a lot of people. That was my second marriage. Just nothing with the state. Just you already got, I would have got more back in my divorce if I was married on paper. Whatever, it's a loss. So he's trying to get his old lady married. She gets on dope. And she starts popping pills. And she's out of her mind. She takes off. She leaves them with the kid. So he's living life, doing his thing, working a nice job. And I said, man, because I see him at the liquor store one day and I was buying a beer.
Go ahead, Mayor. Handle your business.
It's
He's
all
got
good.
2 phones, one for the plug and one for the load.
He's like, hey, bro, I hear you. No, we're not live. So he comes back and he goes, I don't drink at the bar no more. He's like, I just drink in my front yard, you know. And I said, that's cool. Why? And he's like, he got in a fist fight at the bar defending a woman. And the guy ended up in a hospital bed. Sued him civilly. You know, there are all these fucking Karens and Kens out there start shit and then they get touched up.
You're not gonna tell me.
So there you go. Thank you. The defenders. So he was in defense of this woman. So they hit him with the freaking
Civil.
with the court case. Yeah, well, they hit him with the civil.
Then the court case came.
And then that's what usually happens. The DA picks it up, and you're got your green card. You're
Now he's under whole scrutiny.
So here what it was. Here's the kicker. And that's, I heard this in 2018. But what happened? He goes, I got my job. I got my house. There's no dependent. I might as well have a dead ex-wife. She's on drugs. So they offered me a misdemeanor, and I do a county lid. Or I take the felony, and I go home. But I can't get in trouble again. He took the felony, and it ruined his immigration. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to be like, oh, man, you got a lot of hate speech online. You've been saying a lot about a certain country, about a certain president. You've been saying something, all this, and you're going to look at your digital train car. And they're going to hit you with indictment. And most of these, man, I'm taking the county lid, bro. Misdemeanor, I'll be out. I'll be good. But how many dudes are going to sit there and just go, you know, I can't lose the house, the boat, the jet ski. Man, I got a lot. And those are the same people when we turn cashless, they're going to sell out again. And they'll take the felony, and then you're going to get a red flag. And then they're going to remember me at the gun show. Why do you get the O2 license again? Because when they take your guns, at least I could transfer them to a family member. Your son or somebody. And then you're going to deal with the felon with the firearm in the house.
Even over in like even in the UK, they arrest people for online stuff, don't they?
Oh yeah,
they'll knock on your door, come up, and they
You actually have to pay now if you're.
Oh yeah.
But they come and knock on your door and snatch you. Like they don't even ask questions; they snatch
so
you.
Like our podcast would have to pay a fee now to the every year or whatever it is
In UK,
yeah,
just to be able to be on YouTube and shit.
Yeah,
in UK, yeah, hard
Europe's
pass.
going to shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watch the guys that go and like cruise around and like, what is their thing? There's two guys. One guy's all tatted up and he just cruises around like all to show like the bad with the immigration. Goes to the parks, like different areas to hang out and like
Is
all
it true-
the
What's his name? Is he big boy?
yeah
Bald?
gangster yeah
Beard?
yeah.
True Geordie?
That's
That's the guy I love.
There's like 2 or 3 of them
I
that
love
do
me
it.
some True Geordie. That's my
And
boy.
they just cruise around where all the immigrants are, show the scams, and like they don't want to be on video and this and that.
Yeah.
And, like they try to get crazy, and these like they'll stick up for themselves, but the bullshit they go through over there is crazy.
Yeah.
It's the world's definitely upside down right now, man. It's
sad.
Well,
It is.
That was a demoralizing campaign of 2020. When Trump got in, now that's your dehumanization campaign. And that's why they're showing you pictures of kids getting blown up in Gaza. And you got all these politicians not answering.
So do you
it.
think that's happening or not happening?
I believe it's happening.
What's your stance on that?
You kill kids. You're not a human.
You're a terrorist, pretty much.
I could give a fuck
Right?
less. So you want to talk about that old code, like back in the day, nobody says and nobody talks, everybody walks. Coming from a time period, I heard it from the OGs, the Pachucos. You don't hurt women and children,
Yeah,
and you don't kill cops.
those are no-nos.
And you just look at all three now. Who's coming for your guns? Who's hurting women and children? Who's doing just what they're told? And I call it Tyranny 911. Every time I talk to Ellie, it's like, dude, I got this guy, man. He's got this big ass house up north. I just want you guys to go knock him and just pull him out, man. He's transgendering kids. And I describe basically Newsom.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
And then for the Republicans, I'm like, hey, dude, there's like this attorney general in Texas. His boy got busted for, fucking kids multiple times. And this dude got like a day in jail and didn't even have to go Megan's Law. It's Paxton's homeboy, endorsed by Trump.
Yeah, Paxton. They say has a backstory on Paxton, but he just won, right?
It's all of them. I even think
That's why he won.
Massey's one of them.
Yeah.
Really?
He's a Freemason.
Really?
I've been attacked by them. I grew up where I got shot at by different colors, and I at least respected them.
I agree with that.
When you start fucking with the New World Order,
Well, the New World Order started back like it was the Knights Templar.
Mm-hmm.
it was
Well,
Old World Order. Yeah,
And
exactly.
then it goes into the Masonic, and there's
Well,
like
they got pushed out. They got pushed
the
out
Scottish
of Europe.
Rite.
they spread out, but that's where the Masonics spread out and started over. Like
What's the first
Templar-
lodge in North America?
Yeah.
1776.
Yeah, they got pushed out of Jerusalem.
and they spread out.
Knights
So
of
then the
Templar.
Masons. That's how the Masons are everywhere around the world because they were the Templar, and the Templars they hid. They started the Masonic thing. It's like if you really start following some shit, it's hard not to like you start adding up and like
Well,
doing your
there's-
research.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
all there.
Yeah.
It's like you just got to spend the time and go down the right rabbit hole.
Well, it's crazy. Like
the right one. Yeah.
we we all voted for Trump the second term. We all did, and just because we all felt shit. I think a lot of everybody felt that he was assembling a goddamn dream team between
golden
RFK,
ticket.
Look
Tulsi
how,
Gabbard.
look how quick it fell apart.
Look how quick, 100%. And
Tulsi bounced.
Tulsi got kicked out. The CIA went to her office and took everything.
Yeah, but
This is wild.
She's military industrial
yeah, but
complex.
this happened.
It's a
This
puppet
happened a while
show.
back. They took like 44 box of documents.
And we all
Joe Kent.
Joe Kent, like we were so hyped for this next one, man, because the fact that like Tim Dillon, my boy Tim Dillon, friend of the show, how he just came out and he said, and I agreed with him, and he said this will go down as President Trump's second term will go down as the biggest scam in the history of politics, because he's literally going against everything he sold, right? And and it's crazy how Israel gets all the fucking Israel this, Israel that, they get money, and Ukraine's just secretly still getting shit when that shit was supposed to end day one.
They're just being quiet.
Do we not remember all this?
They're just being quiet.
And they're still getting. They just passed the other day in the House. They're getting another $70 billion or something like that.
From who? Where?
From me, I got hit for another $3,000.
It's just
Yeah,
it's just wild, man.
Remember the 87,000 IRS agents? I got hit for 8 on that one about 2 weeks later. I'm on their billboards top playlist, not with Dan Blazarian, not with all these other people. I hope Dan is doing the right damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
What do you feel about him and his?
Yeah,
his
what's your take
campaign
on
and
Dan?
everything? I hope he stays alive. Honestly,
that's the thing, is they'll take you out no matter what.
Yeah, like I just.
And that's kind of this is what I'd like to believe. Okay,
You'll get sick. You'll get cancer,
yeah, this is what I like.
and
to
they will
believe
get
about
rid
Trump.
of you.
I think something happened to him
Warning shot.
because his first
No, he was
his
installed in
first term
2016.
was different than this one, right? But when he was getting shot at, I bet you anything they're like,
That's fake.
I will come and rape your whole fucking family if you don't still get in line.
They destroyed my whole fucking. They're going on my bloodline. My youngest daughter has Roosevelt blood. So, if you believe in the ear shooting, man, that's. I debated. You know, the ear just grew back. You know, it's just like, come on. But they were giving you the impression that he's fighting for you up against this system
Okay.
that
But
he
then
was
why-
involved
why-
with it in
Why
2016.
just for
Let's-
example, like what makes me not
Yeah.
agree is like, how come they raided his house, his shit? They wanted those documents back when Hillary and those guys never got touched. How come they went after him so hard?
Great answer. 2012 Smith-Mundt Act under Obama passes it. Until that act, you could not indoctrinate or propagate the United States citizen. Before that, they were playing Operation Mockingbird style. You heard of that one,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
What would you do in a world that you have a bunch of people armed and you've been doing some PC shit? That's why I call it Washington PC. Yeah, I won't go there. I got homies that are J6ers. They're like, go with us. I go, they're going to play you, dog. And plus, I don't leave this country because DC is an eminent domain. There's nothing. It's like the Tower of London, the Vatican. And then what did he do? Walk everybody
But
down
DC
there and then
pretty
bail?
much is owned by the Vatican.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's getting worse with that ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just tripped on how they're embedding themselves, because they know in the future they're just going to be like a NORAD. They're going to like, oh, we bought NORAD. NORAD's my new home. And then I just open up a door and they fire drones at us under the Patriot Act. When the Patriot Act came out and America was like, these terrorists, I was like, you're a domestic terrorist in the future.
That's right.
That was built for the modern day Patriot, which is the red hats right now, which they're totally bending a knee and licking the boot. Now they're going after the black flags, because I got called everything under the sun, but there's the anti-federalists. I always say the people didn't want 1776. They didn't want the Constitution. They were on black stallions riding with long trench. They look like Tombstone, just showing up and telling the countrymen, we don't want another government, which is your modern day libertarian. We want just a social function if we have to come together against another king.
Why do you say Trump was planted in 2016?
I mean, you listen to his 911 call, 911 call when he calls in. I just know everything. Silverstein doubled down on the buildings, and Trump, he got to the point where you have to deal with them in banking. So go back to Dan Blazarian. The part of me that wants to believe him, let me believe him, but I got to just not believe him, is they went after his financings.
They always do.
Yeah.
So him being solvent enough, and you look at him as like a modern day Doc Holliday, where he'll play some cards and make a couple bucks to pay some bills.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna bust him on that. It's like busting the moonshiners. Oh, you made money gambling. You know what I'm saying? So I respect him on that level. But when Trump, and trust me, I have a real estate license. When you're too embedded into that system, you get those entities that come at you, and they could ruin you financially. And the councils that we have in the high desert, they're is so deep into real estate that's their stock trade act. They know what's going on. Another car wash. How did Ray Kroc get rich? The McDonald's brothers had to sell it to him in the end. He bought the real estate. He ground leased everything underneath him. So you have a real estate agent installed in 2016 that's doing the exact opposite of what the status quo is. It's a me, right? He cussed a little bit.
Yeah, grab him by the pussy.
And then you have, because this is 2012, the Smith-Mundt Act. So now we can indoctrinate the United citizen. No reins. And then Trump comes in. Replay their first debate with Hillary. We need fact checkers for Trump, and Trump is saying fake news. So when you watch a kid getting blown up in Gaza, oh, that's fake news. It's not even happening. And then you say something about a vaccine that's going to hurt you, you get fact checked.
Yeah.
And now they're both going to team up against us.
Well, even the story of the vaccines came out that it was all.
Oh, yeah.
It all comes
So
out.
at first he was against the system. Now it seems like he's with the system.
He has no choice.
But you're saying he was still planted in 2016.
You have to. Nobody gets into that seat through the popular vote.
I feel like he shocked everybody because everyone thought it was a joke when he came down that fucking elevator, and when he ran, everyone's like yada yada, ain't gonna happen, and he didn't. I know he really did because Hillary outspent the fuck out of him. Like she outspent him like crazy. He dropped that one political ad 24 hours before the vote, and that was that. It was like remember that long. It was like a long thing. I'm here for you, blah yada yada. And his first term, I know a lot of people who had more money in their pockets, business wise.
Okay.
Of course, I mean Jesus Christ. He told the military to come back, and they literally ignored him. I think his first term showed me at least how the president really does not. President of the United States has zero power, and when he came back in. Like I said, when he came back, he had the fucking Avengers. That's what it looked like between RFK, Tulsi, everybody. And the minute I told Joe with Butler, Pennsylvania, I felt like, okay, motherfucker, we're going to try and get your money. Okay, you got off on that. We're going to try and get you here, got off on that. And I feel like when they shot that warning shot at him, it's like, fall in line now. Because next time it'll be your grandkid. And I really believe that.
The hard part for it's a warning shot. They killed, I think one guy died.
Yeah.
How many people died in 9/11?
Hello.
Yeah,
I agree.
You got to kill Americans to make the story out. I just like how he comes.
Expendable.
I've been shot at before. I think that was the first time like Trump's ever been shot at. I've been shot at. You know, you got to be a crazy motherfucker to go back out in the middle of the street and go, "What's up? What's up?"
I know a couple guys.
You know what I'm saying? I doubt Trump's that boy. But you want to talk about coming down the escalator? Didn't that happen in The Simpsons? Didn't he come down the escalator? My favorite escalator video is when he told that young girl, not my favorite, but it's my favorite to prove, when the young girl was, 12 years old? I'll be dating her in 10 years. I go backstage, Miss Teen Universe.
Yep.
Oh, they got great buds.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Howard Stern. He was a chomo then, dog. Why you fucking with him, dog? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look. And that's why your so-called patriot, the Patriot Act was written for. The FISA warrants, you can drone strike people on U.S. soil. People were like, man, Rob, they're really a Predator drone? A Global Hawk? Hell no, bro. It's going to be like an RC plane. And look what you got with the 4-prop.
Mm-hmm.
Fiber optic wire flying at you. You can't even jam them, and they're just popping in your face. You don't want to come out your house, they're going to pop you.
Shit, even the cell phones and shit, or the beepers?
Yeah, the beepers.
So how do you feel about Charlie Kirk?
Charlie Kirk, I have... So look at World War Z, right? The Zionists, right? They took all the tea that all the people, the only people that survived, they built the wall. Remember, it was Jerusalem and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
They explained in that movie, The 10th Man. You always have to, there's got to be a guy. Out of us 4 right here, 5, Brother Jorge, he's the 10th man. He's like, I watched you guys all talk. You guys are all wrong. And we're like, no, we're right. And we're fucking right. He has to vote against us. And that's the massy vote. And that's where you get to like Kirk. I like how Dan Bazarian goes, I just let it out the bag real quick, but they shot Charlie because he was slowly coming out of the Israel closet.
Yeah.
And then you look at the menorah, and then you look at the thing set up, and I'm just like, dude, I think the dude went under the ground. I'll just go with it. He went under the ground. And then the computer screen of the shooter, it was that island.
I mean, the wild part is
Valhalla. I'll see you in Valhalla.
What they say he shot him with?
30-06. Yeah.
And the fact that they showed the video of old boy jumping off, like, there's no fucking way he keep that in his pant leg. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
There's no
I
way.
got reported for suicide.
Like anybody who's ever shot a gun or a rifle knows, if you set up a scope, you gotta hone it in. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. So you mean to tell me after that man plugged that dude, he went disassembled it? And it's like, if you believe the official story of that, you're a fucking fool.
In 8 hours, they had it figured out.
Right. What they're doing is they're setting up a shooter profile.
100%.
So I get so many on the left. I got a lot of red hats where they're just like, Rob, being past FFL, trannies shouldn't own guns. The left shouldn't own guns. And I'm like, you got the left saying that y'all shouldn't own guns?
Yep.
So I'm going to watch you guys, and that's where I take the younger generation, and I call it mom and dad government. Mom's a Democrat, dad's the government. And then you just got the kids, and it's the middle child that sees through all the bullshit. And they go, well, they're trying to disarm us so they can control us. And I should a tranny own a gun? I don't answer that. I just go back to I don't like any gun laws whatsoever. NFA. Look at Ronald Reagan.
Well, I mean, if you say a tranny, dudes do like guns.
What if it's back tranny like Melania? Because I got tired of people going, Michelle Obama's a dude. You could see it. Sending me all these videos, wasting my fucking time. And I'm like, you're not rising up because you're watching a dong video. So if every president is related by their mother except for Van Buren, including Obama, because remember Obama's mom was white, and Trump's mom, they all have to have tranny wives, right? Because they all look at Bush's old lady. You know what I'm saying? So I think Melania started as a dude. Maybe she sewed one on because Trump likes it in the... He's chimped out. He gets pegged.
Not Melania.
It's weird how a lot of these guys... And so, like I always tell everybody, the founding fathers were fucking outlaws, dude. And it's outlaws that are going to save our fucking country again.
So do you think there is a revolution on the horizon?
It's called The Reckoning. It's on the way, and I'm glad you guys mentioned that because this is why I was telling you, man, me and my partner, we have a podcast. My partner is very, very famous. She's more famous than me. We did a live one time. They removed 2,000 of her followers. I said, bro, there was only like 50 people, 40 people on the live, and they're jumping in our live just to stay tuned. I mean, we got 10 of them. They're just Freemasons alone and CIA plants. And then you get back to the point where we try to solve every show with a solution, and every show I just went back to goes to the fucking cops. They're the ones protecting them, then the military. And they're just going to guard themselves. They have an island and they're fucking kids. How pissed off is it going to be? It's going to be the outlaws, bro. And I see it all the time. 26 years, 27 years coming up on the tattoo game, bro. I tattooed G's, bro. I tattooed probably every neighborhood in the fucking Southland. And they don't play when it comes to kids.
Nope.
Now you see the prison system. I mean, look at Vato Bravo, the correctional officer. He dropped out. He left fucking corrections because of that shit. He was like, we're going to baby the inmates, and you're putting the wrong inmates. They're making the South and the North fight, but then they'll put a chomo with you.
You already know what's going to happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're a lifer, but you're a dude trying to get out, and you only got 10, and they slide a chomo in there. And then look what the dude that happened in UK, he'd commented. What he did is he was mad at the immigration thing. They had a mosque. In America, we got a First Amendment. You got a right to any religion. If you guys want to go against the Muslims, start with the Church of Satan in San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get them first, and then we'll start removing. And then until we have no religion, but I'm a believer. But this Vato went and put a cheeseburger with bacon on it in front of a mosque. They arrested him. They stabbed him in county.
Oh, shit.
You don't tell me that Newsom has power to get somebody stabbed in the California State Prison.
Of course he does.
He's as dirty as they come.
They're all dirty, bro. Hilton's gonna take the bag in November, and he's gonna do exactly what is handled.
You guys think Hilton's going to take it?
So what they got to do is they got to give California. They're either going to do two things. They're going to go Dem, and we're collapsitarian. Then you're gonna have MAGA, whatever stringed off of MAGA, divide and conquer, divide the emperor. They're gonna fucking handle business.
I think my personal opinion, I think MAGA's dead.
Yeah.
It's been dead.
I think
and
it's
it was
dead.
made to be dead.
I think
Trump killed it though.
yeah, so do I.
No. What it was is they in 2020 they got you with the vaccine, and then you would divide them one time, and then we take the people that comply once, and then we take this 50%, and then we bring back in Trump. We had some J6ers, an insurrection that never happened. It was lame. They should have went with firearms, but they didn't. You know who was there? The plant, freaking Fuentes. So then you take that crowd, you give them Trump back, and then you divide them again. And then 25% now you got to divide that into 12.5.
It's definitely.
I think the government fucking us over so hard is going to reunite us. That's what I think.
Exactly.
I think
And that's
it's
what
gonna
they're afraid of.
reunite Dems, like just normal Dems.
The
normal
revolution's
Republicans,
coming.
Whatever.
Yeah.
you wanna call it.
That's what I feel. Like only people are
Because
getting.
you even hear Dems now, but like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like,
Exactly.
this is getting ridiculous.
Yes.
And like, I think it's gonna implode on themselves. They're trying to separate us, but I think we're all just gonna be like.
Do you guys
fuck
ever
this.
get to the
This
point where
isn't
you're
that.
like, how is this shit
Joe's
real?
right.
Like, how is this shit really going on?
Right.
Like, frustrated about the system? Like, do you think there's a lot? How many other people are that way?
I think
It's political anxiety.
But you see online too, also like the Me Too shit or fucking LGBT. Everyone's tired of it. Everyone, dude, no.
You could be whatever
it's
you
not
want
like
to
it
be.
was before when it was
Yeah.
like so hyped. Now MAGA's dead. I think the far left is dying too. You know what I mean? That whole
They woke up. This is their
yeah.
awakening, and that's why they just did all this shit in Long Beach, Pasadena. Because really, if you look at it, you don't even have to pay the useful idiots on the left. They'll come out and riot for free.
yeah.
And then you look at 2020 and all that. All these people were getting paid to go out on the street.
dude. That dude was just on the podcast. He's like, "How much did you?" He straight up. He's like, "Oh, so it's like if you just go protest, you get 20 an hour, and then if you want to be
Yeah,
Agitator?
the agitator, dude, you get like 40 an hour."
yeah. And then if you want to
That's
lead a 4-man group like a fire squad, you get 400.
Yeah.
And it just
Fucking
goes in it.
wild.
And
Who's
the
paying for that
the
shit?
truth came out
Walmart,
when
Walmart
Soros.
owner.
Rittenhouse shot the people in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Because when he shot the people, I was like, oh shit, 2 out of 3 can't be around children. Wow. What are they doing? Collecting all that money on the streets? They couldn't get a job anywhere else. And then they ran you through Rittenhouse. And then it's just, I don't think he was a part of it. He didn't expect to do anything. I thought in his mind, he was just like, I'm just going to go try to help people from keeping. Cause when they tried to do it up here, it didn't work.
It's like when you said when
I had a
Edgar-
gun
when
shop at
Edgar
that
gets
time. I was
down.
tipped off.
Oh yeah, when they tried pulling that bullshit up here, that shit ain't gonna fly up here.
Yeah, I had the FFL. We all get alerted because we have firearms.
Yeah.
So when they came, and I through tattooing, I know a lot of people, but I'll tell you what, our youngsters up here, when that bus pulled off and went out to Phelan, there's a shop out in Phelan, I know the owner. He's passing out rifles. The town's coming out to the T-Bird, the T-Bird bar out there. They're at their trucks and their shotguns. I was like, yeah, we country. So they get pulled over by one of the deputies, the only deputy on shift out there. And they're like, they basically hand the book that the New World Order gives them money, and they give him this book. And it's like, we got it right. He goes, no. I'm not going to be taking 911 calls for the next 8 hours, Bubba.
Yeah, you gotta get the fuck on.
So they went into town, and they realized, holy shit, they flipped a bitch. And that was the first one. And they went back to San Bernardino, and they went to a comic book on Baseline. And when the youngsters had told me that, I was like, man, it was at the gun show, and me dealing with a lot of people, like founding father type outlaws. I made a couple phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Good luck. You come out. Imagine I come out right now. My car's gone. Fuck, I gotta walk home. My shit was in it. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, they're walking to work, and they take your shoes. They stole your bike.
I think with the political movement right now, I agree with you. I feel like everybody's over it. Everybody's over it. I feel like the people who last had hope, seeing that shit ain't really working out like how they hoped for, and I just feel like through everything, the left's dying. MAGA's dead. MAGA is fucking dead.
I'm
It's
actually
dead.
shocked when I see people online still wearing a MAGA.
And the crazy part, and the crazy
They're paid.
part,
They're paid.
and the crazy part
Yeah,
is
but I
that-
have like almost like a negative feeling when I see the red hat now.
well, for me, it's like
It goes
that's
back.
what
Well,
what
it's like
separated us.
360.
Because you know what, we all fucking voted for him 100%. Do I regret that vote?
Yeah,
I
a lot of
absolutely
us
do.
do.
I
We
take it back.
We
But
can't.
it is what it is.
Doing it.
But in the
But
end,
we don't vote for presidents.
But in the end,
So
is
that's how I help you guys.
but in the end, what separates you from a cult is when the person fucks up. Like you said, we hold them accountable.
Right.
Like, hey, motherfucker, you work for us.
Right.
We voted you in. So for the idiots who literally stand by, and I know I'm not going to call you people an idiot, but all the freaking MAGA people who are really out there on social media, and the followers that I have, and for them to not speak up against it, you're in a fucking cult.
I think of
they need therapy.
Honestly, I consider them like, this is just me, not anybody else, but like I think of a bigot immediately. Like when I think of the MAGA people now or the red hat people still, I'm like, this dude's a bigot.
I don't say bigot. I think you're fucking stupid.
Entitled to your opinion first.
No, but I think because of just a bigot, like
I've heard worse.
But like it's almost like you said, like they're supporting the bullshit, but not calling both sides.
100%.
You know what I mean? So it's like a bigot to me. Like you're supporting just your shit that you want to support and you think is right. But what about both sides? Like there's two sides to right and wrong.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that way.
Just like I have that same look, like with religion. Like I told you,
yeah.
There's nothing I can't stand more than a motherfucker who sits here and preaches about God and who does this and who does that. Because in the end, there's a devil on my neck for a reason. And I'll see you in hell. I will.
There you go.
I guarantee you, I will.
Take them with you.
Exactly, I will. And one thing I can't fucking stand is somebody who sits there and preaches this and preaches that, and next thing you know, I see you at the homie's house picking up. So I can't stand that. Number one. Number two is the same thing with politicians. I can't sit there and can't stand people who were so quick to call out Biden. We're so quick to do that. We're so quick to do this. And they stay silent when it's their person in charge. You know what I mean? And
it's their chomo in charge.
I can't fucking stand it, because at that point, like you said, you're just falling for the bullshit. You're keeping it, and it takes like what you just said, Rob.
It's okay to have a backbone.
It's okay to have a backbone. It's okay to hold somebody accountable.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, and I feel like people are so frustrated with the lack of whether it's the Iran war, whether it's the fucking Epstein files, whether it's anything. The farmers getting fucked over.
I mean, his VP's got an app to buy up foreclosed farms and shit. I almost want to buy it. Like, I could have bought Bitcoin. I could have bought, Palantir. I actually helped people make money, but I refuse to do it. Every time I run without money.
And and the whole, like, how they sell fear. Like, I'll sit there, like, I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch that. I love me some independent journalism.
Yeah,
and
that's where it's at these days.
That's where it's at. And because when they call it out on both sides, that's great to me. And the one like for instance, Nick Fuentes, the minute I knew he was full of fucking shit is when he's sitting there and he's calling out the Republicans. He's calling this out. He's calling that out. And then he goes, I think you guys should just vote Dems. Go fuck yourself, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Well,
I know what you're doing.
Yeah, you're telling me to vote that elections that don't even matter at the federal level.
It's crazy right now. It's really it's like disturbing, but also like a letdown.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's both at the same time. So how much time do you let it occupy your? Because at the end of the day, we have no say no more.
Agree.
So
and that
you got to like either try to focus on the good but I think we're at the time of like we're in a weak time, so it's creating weak men, and it's gonna be a change coming. You know what I mean? There's gonna be something because there's a lot of like. I guess we're old school now. Like we're at that age where we're old school, Unk generation.
Seeing a thing,
you know what I mean? So like you see the difference in what's going on. But I will say that the younger generation isn't down for Israel. They're not down for Trump, and they see through a lot of the bullshit. Now, I'm not saying they're all right and they have like the best perspective, but they have a good base. That's what I will say.
Well,
they don't like trannies.
The statistic is this generation, it doesn't drink.
Nope. They don't
this
gamble.
generation doesn't drink. They don't gamble.
They don't have sex.
They don't. Well, that's a terrible part. Get it together.
It is part of it, right?
Maybe they pay. You know what I'm saying?
It's
cheaper.
It's this generation, I think, is learning from seeing whether parents getting divorced or being children of alcoholics and drug addicts and
divorce,
and shitty marriages and maybe like this generation is noticing the failures where I feel like our generation lacked, where we didn't pay attention to certain things. Where, of course, like you just said, we're at the age now we're starting to realize certain things, of course, but the younger generation that's coming up, I feel like even in the fitness, I feel like this younger generation's in the gym more. Good
Yeah,
for
they are.
you guys.
Yeah.
Put on some fucking shoes rather than Crocs. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
exactly. But you
ladies,
can't-
please dress like ladies. Quit
But you
wearing
can't
baggy
e-
clothes. It's
You,
terrible.
you can't even like get
There
mad.
you
Even
go.
when they're in pajamas and sandals and whatever. Like I used to be like, what the fuck? Now I'm just like, hey, they're in here doing their thing.
At least
Yeah.
they're in there, you know.
Yeah.
I meet a lot of young entrepreneur dudes, dude, and like I'm out because I always hear them talking shit, and I'm like, dude, these kids are fucking, they're hustling, bro. They're trying to make money, you
what
know.
they can.
And I always give them mad respect for that, you know.
That's right.
Rob, I want to ask you though.
Yo.
Let's get more focusing on home here.
Good, yeah.
You know what kind of person you are now, like your overall beliefs. What's day one like for you, Apple Valley Mayor? You opening up the budget? Who are you going after first? What are you
And
gonna
that's a great question. I already told the animal shelter director over there. I told her, can I come in and take the dogs for walks out to the street corners and see if I can like just walk these dogs around to get the dogs out. That's my first thing. If I could get
You're an
everybody,
animal lover, Rob, aren't you?
Man, I lost my horse in the divorce. You know what I'm
He's still
saying?
hurt. He's hurt.
Woo, man, you know. So,
But I think honestly,
hear
like
you
you
on that
said,
one.
not to speak up for you
go,
or whatever,
go
but
ahead.
you have a lot of bullshit to unravel to kind of see where you got to
You do.
plant your feet.
You see, and you caught it, because how do we know about everything that's going on right now? I know them from the voters. I know them from the people in Apple Valley. I know them from the old heads, the businesses. But then you got these independent journalists like The Voice, Nene. I love Nene because Nene's willing to fucking take the hit. She's going after Kelly Gregg in freaking Hesperia.
Yeah, she is. She's seeing this, but
Yeah.
but I even think like if he tells us, hey, this is just
Kelly Gregg used to park out in front of my house.
this is a thing I will give him a little respect on. Like he's not giving us an answer, but like, what if he tells us this, that, and the other? It's a false promise that we've already got, like with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then he gets in office and it's not even tangible. So like I guess like
That's what I was saying earlier about being like playing, being devil's
Devil's
advocate, is
advocate.
because I've never been a political figure. I've never been in there to say, "Oh, this is the shit you fucking deal with." I can
Yeah.
maybe see some things, right? But
Gotcha.
obviously, I'm gonna do some things differently. But I don't know. I don't know
But
what
you're
that
a
budget looks
businessman.
like. Yeah.
You're a businessman, so obviously you're gonna get to the point where it's like, cool, I'm gonna go walk a dog. Journalists do what you do. We still got a FOIA because they're gonna hide everything from me.
Hello.
You know what I'm
Yeah, you're
saying?
gonna
And
have a
all
headache.
all y'all
Hello.
need me isn't there is to call the shit out. But I already told the council. I said day one I get in there. Every council meeting I attend, I sit there and I don't eat all day. Can we just start by just fasting? I told them I'm gonna get them all lap bands. That whatever, if you don't leave your seat, you know what I'm saying. And there's 2 other seats up, and I hope some people jump in there hard. You know what we're trying not to do with mayoral seat, because I got 2 other candidates. They're calling me again.
Go ahead, Mayor. Handle your business.
Bro, no, it's actually Apple Valley. Yeah.
we could take a pause.
No, we're good. We'll take a pause in a second,
It's
brother.
for the mayor.
It's for the mayor. I know. Let me get it. He's all, dude, call in. That's what I like. I like comments. I like everything live when I used to do my podcast. But when it comes down to these guys, is we're not trying to saturate the ballot, because then we'll turn around and the mayor will reignite the seat, because we have hardcore red hats that just still will vote down ballot. They know him. They don't care about the wasteful spending. The people that we were complaining about that ain't waking up, the bigots and all these things, they are just going to go, you're just too radical. And they're already implanting that. Emick, when he said that, he was just like, you're too much, your face, you're aggressive. So everybody's been telling me, lay off. So the second speech, I calmed down. Kind of mind my manners, and I got to keep it gangster, and then just basically take the information and give it to the people. So the next, if we just start with the food budget alone, we start going after everybody's credit card, because the position only pays for mayor $800 a month. $400 a meeting. There's 2 meetings a month. You make more when you do committees, but these other council members ain't gonna want me on the committee, because it might reveal warehouses, high density housing, Section 8. It might, remove zone. When you come to what you could do with the city, you could pretty much do anything. I'm already promising a couple guys, I'll spot zone your shop. Homeboy just wants a metal shop in his backyard. If I go get signatures from his neighbors and say, hey, you guys cool with it, I'll spot zone it. But these people, all they care about is feeding their own fucking bellies.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much day 2,
Mhm.
because I'm going to use the dog as an example. Because they'll let these dogs over. We got one of the highest euthanasia rate.
Oh yeah.
especially in the cats. And I'm not even a cat dude.
I fucking hate
You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear about like Barstow had they let us use their shelter for overflow, and we filled it up within seconds.
Right.
And they're like, yo, no more, because we have such a problem here.
Right.
You go to Adelanto, bro. It's like you're in a safari. There's just dogs running amok all over.
Right.
And you're just like, where the fuck?
I had a veterinarian tell me just stop locking up the dogs. They're better on their own, and you take care of them. You know?
Survival of the fittest, right?
You know what I'm saying? I lived on D Street in Victorville back in the early 2000s. Yeah, there was some more,
Everywhere.
here's part of the jumbo jack, dude. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my dad used to get dogs. We sit in the front yard, and when we walk by,
Yeah.
go give me a piece of lunch meat.
Fucking hot
We're getting a dog.
Yeah.
Well,
Hot
like in
dog.
the high desert, they like posted a dog that was like going to be euthanized tomorrow.
Yeah.
Someone went in the day before, and they're like, no, it's already on the euthanasia list. You can't take him. It's like, what sick fucking world are you in right now that you can't? Like, I'm trying to save the dog from
Right.
it, you know? So I love to see that. But, you know, also about you walking dogs, it does show that you're a normal fucking dude. You know what I mean? It shows that you care, like you have a big
You
heart.
got Joe's vote.
Yeah, Joe's already in.
Yeah.
Joe's already in.
Well,
Thank
you
you, Joe.
too. You better put. What if
you,
Frankie
Joe.
was locked up?
Why are
can
you
get back.
bringing up Frankie
Yeah,
right
that's
now?
my point
Don't you
exactly.
ever bring up
Oh,
Frankie.
he's really-
I'll kill you.
Hey, he
Anybody who
I'll
touches
kill
fucking
everyone in this fucking
Yeah,
room.
I'll kill everybody in this fucking room.
down.
That's
He
my
knows-
Frenchie,
he
baby.
knows-
Nobody
Oh,
touches fucking Frankie.
Jake also
I'm
knows
waiting
the
to get
soft
hit on
spot
that.
now, yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Hey, this is missionary all over again. Remember? You're right.
Yeah.
Remember, hey, hold on. Remember before he's like, get that fucking dog, I'll yank it and make it disappear. And
Yeah,
Joe's
yeah.
like,
Right.
huh, what did you say?
Yeah, I'll kill everybody else. Don't
Now
touch
he's
my
buying
friend.
this dog a car seat.
What the fuck, Joe? That was private. That was private.
No, people need
This
to
is-
know.
This is
People need to know
this is-
how good of a person you are.
It's all over again.
This is
Can't happen.
Hey, this is. Oh, fuck.
You know?
Yeah.
What
Sorry,
your Frenchie
sorry,
bouncing
DJ.
around?
Sorry, DJ.
Yeah, dude. Joe's gonna put my shit on blast. Like, yeah, I bought him a
Yeah,
car.
I want to
seat.
ask
got
you
it.
also.
Brother.
So
on,
far,
dude.
you got my vote. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I really like where you're
I,
coming
yeah,
from.
I definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
try. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm a marketing dude. I'm also a business dude. Okay.
Great.
And I
That's
do
awesome.
notice
He's a nympho too. Don't let not tell you
a
that.
little bit.
We all are.
Whoa, man, shit.
We all are.
I believe in sex with your wife. You know. Anyways.
There you go.
I believe in sex with your wife, your girlfriend,
not
your
a-
side.
My wife or your
This is OF over here.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know it.
We have a little bit of a dirty side. We're trying to keep it professional.
Clearly.
Right.
So,
You know
Clearly.
what I'm saying?
Freaking
the sheet.
because the town of Apple Valley is counting on us right now. You know what I mean, to really show what you're all about. Your marketing though, I noticed your Instagram. I'd like to see you more on there. I'd like to repost more of what you got. I'll be honest, when they talk about extreme, I agree a tad bit. You know what I mean? Because if I have a problem with the Democrats, every time they're like they get blamed for something, they're like, well, Trump does this, and I feel like the same thing with Israel. It's like I don't want to hear about Israel. I want to hear about Apple Valley. I want to hear about the high desert.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And,
Get him
yeah, I would
down.
love to see you like more on the Instagram. We're gonna cut this up, make a bunch of clips. You know what I mean?
We're gonna do
tag
it.
in the high desert, all the guys. Let's get your name out there so people know.
Joe, you're exactly right to get my name out there.
Right.
Is because I've fought with censorship for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
didn't
my
she-
2.0 account, that's my private citizen account.
Oh, okay.
Even though it's 2.0, I kind of just flip the switch on when I run, and then people get a real gist of who I am. But that's me shouting at the feds. That's me shouting at the mansion up in Sacramento. That's me kind of getting on the local, because they used to call me the Irishman when I used to do this. In 2018, I did a couple recalls. Kelly Gregg used to try to park in front of my house. His boy Bill Holland, they put cop. But I come from the hood, dude. I'm gonna come out there and check your ass.
Yeah.
And what kind of cop is sitting in front of your house with the engine off and you just jam them up? You just start the car and take off?
Yeah.
Like, roll down the window, bro. What's up? What you
Right.
doing?
Problem officer.
Yeah, Kelly Gregg knows that
Can I
shit.
get you something or
Yeah, my nephew drew a gun on his ass, too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to sit in his front yard? Yeah, he came back from the war. He's wrong. He's from the war. He
Yeah.
ain't going to play with you.
'Cause when's the election? November.
The election's November, so I got to file the last of my paperwork coming in July and August. So I'll be getting my signatures, which I already have, 20 signatures. And then I have a whole structured 2 other accounts for my manager. And I'm doing this with no money because we got to do it with no money. All my opponents that I ran against, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Tiffany, when I ran against her in Victorville, when I just fresh out of cancer, everybody's like, dude, run against her, dude. District 1's open, freaking Blanca. Remember crazy Blanca Gomez? She ran for Texas. So my boy that has the most recalls in California, he literally put me in that position. I didn't want to do it, and they dumped a truckload of money on her. And she used a fake address to do it.
Mm.
Well, this is literally from the bottom up. operation, huh?
It is.
Like
It's y'all. It's you guys. It's the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you guys got enough clout. I got the clout. I just can't shout on social media.
I tried to have a guest come by that would have been probably pretty controversial. Mr. Disruptor was supposed to stop by and pop his face.
He's not a fan of the mayor of Apple Valley.
It would have been good for you. We tried. He was busy. He had things going on. It just didn't line up.
He'll
But
repost this stuff.
he was gonna
He'll definitely repost.
he was gonna pop by and
that's
ask some
exactly
questions
right.
and show some. But he has some good reach. It would help out. But
He's a
we'll,
supporter of you
we'll
for
do
sure.
what we definitely can do to help it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that because he's a disruptor. And like I told Shenanigans, she goes, man, when you get that seat, because she zooms in on their face and she got that dang council town attorney. I started calling him Steve Street Taco Hilton.
Oh yeah.
And
Do you see that shit? The Del Taco. Was it him?
He went out to Barstow Room.
Motherfucker
Barstow.
went to Barstow.
Fucking Street Taco.
Said he's eating a street taco, and it was from Del Taco.
Oh, that's an insult. That's not. Even
I was like, oh, my spook
and then Bianco got nailed.
He
'cause
said,
he ate a
"Hi."
street taco in a restaurant.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here in Barstow, gonna have some great street tacos
Yeah.
in Del Taco. I'm all
with the tomatoes and all Barstow.
Hilton did that.
Fuck.
Hilton.
Hilton
Yes.
did that. Yeah.
He's literally out there like that. Hey, man, in Barstow, California, gonna have a street taco.
I
I'm
mean,
like,
that's
fuck you, Chooch.
Hold on, that's a bomb. I'm not taking nothing away from the taco, but I didn't talk street taco.
Come on now, homies. Let's be real here.
Yeah, you
He
gotta-
tried to eat has
on
the
the
lamps
street.
on the
If
side.
If you're
on
not
the
eating
side
out of the
road.
foil or a paper plate,
In his
and it's
defense, though,
greasy.
you go to Pollo Loco, they're called street tacos.
Joe, stop. We're not doing that here.
Yeah, no, we're no.
But
Who
how
the fuck
was
goes
it?
down Pollo Loco and gets tacos? Number one.
I'm just saying. It's,
Right.
that's what it's called on
Hey,
the menu, a street taco.
Jake.
Yeah, Joe.
What?
Can I get a street taco, please,
Go
Senora?
to
She's
the
like, I'm
corner
white,
rancheria
dude.
instead
No,
of palm taco.
he's fucking got the.
She's like, I'm white, bro. What
it's,
do you want? You're
it's-
like, Senora.
Yeah.
on the food app. It's getting delivered. He doesn't have to go. That's
yeah,
Joe.
yeah, it's DoorDash.
You got to deliver
DoorDash.
from the streets.
From-
No, you got to go down the streets.
Bro, that's a great idea. They
You
need
got to
do
get a
that
gun
shit.
pulled on you, a pit bull bitch you.
That's
you need a
right.
fucking
That's
taco.
right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
The lights are all outside. It's parked on the side of the road. They got the
best-
freaking table.
And the
That's
best is when they don't
Yeah.
even speak English. Like you got to order your taco like Spanglish, and you're like, oh, this shit's about to be good.
This shit's gonna be bomb.
right up the street from my house.
Yeah.
Right there up the street on Bear Valley.
Everybody's
next to
got
the-
one.
Oh, dude, it's.
Oh, you have that one gets busy too.
Dude, it gets packed when I pass
Wild.
by. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I gotta
We go to the one
every
right here in Lucerne. It's fucking killer.
Yeah.
I love it. That's like my
I
favorite. That's why I
love
always
local
post it when we
restaurants,
go.
man. You know, and when I was running in 18, and I was running into like the food vendors because Newsom passed that shit for the streets. So I was catching all these people, and I said, "Hey, man, you're on food stamps, aren't you? You're freaking going to Food for Less and buying all the meat.
That's
and
right.
making
That's
food."
right.
And he's just like, "Oh,
She's
geez,
like, you a
nah."
cop west or what?
I said, "Listen, bro, what if I cut you your EBT for 1 full year? I gave you all the money for your meat. You threw some parties. You got everything. You promised me you get a food truck, and then after that, you promised me you go from that food truck and go to brick and mortar." And he was just like, "That's it." The counter to that was, these people can't just be selling food on the fucking street.
Why not?
So I literally ran into them. A lot of them were red hats, and I'm just like, "Cool, I'll shut them down, and I'm going to shut down your lemonade stands. Your Girl Scout cookies are out the window. I don't care about a nonprofit. I'll get a suit. Just let the people make shit." That's
I
it.
agree.
Remember the city of Victorville on Mother's Day? They took Mrs. Flores' flowers. Code enforcement went
Yeah,
over there. They
yeah,
took Mrs.
yeah, they
Flores.
they seized the
her last name was
flowers.
Flowers.
Yeah, they seized their flowers.
Yeah.
He took her flowers.
'Cause it
I
was
went
code
to that
enforcement.
meeting. My opponent that cheated, she sees me in there. And she's like my third ex-wife. She just sees me enter and like, this motherfucker.
Third ex-wife. Rob, let it go, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, she freaking hates me. But I went in there
I
and
feel
everybody
that.
yelled at them over the damn flowers. It's like, dude, you had to take them on Mother's Day. Well, they were breaking a rule. So you count on me as mayor. Just like, dude, there's a lot of rules to get broken. Just call me up. We'll go out there. We'll settle it. Because I'm over here when I was door knocking in 2018, I did a recall. I had two neighbors arguing with each other. Well, you're going to vote for him and you're going to do this. And I'm just like, dude, just go down there with some Modelo's. They'll turn down the music at 10 because there was no ordinance. No
Noise
sound.
ordinance. Yeah.
They were like, when you go in there, and of everybody that was voting for me, one guy, I said, I believe in the Republic, you know, because we are a democracy, but I believe in the Republic. Listening to the one man. And I said, bro, you're going to ruin it for everybody. Just go over there and party with your neighbors, man. They're real cool. They just killed a goat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
yeah.
it.
Let's eat. We're gonna eat tomorrow.
And
though.
then that community, like Joe was saying, is everybody comes together. And then when times get bad, you're not at enemies with your neighbor. And if we have an opposition force that's against all of us, is trying to starve us, so we don't even have tacos. You know what I'm saying? We don't even got meat and all these other things, and maybe we could freaking get around that.
Yeah.
It's the only way about it. That's why I like local farmers. I'm getting popular with them. I got a couple vendors that are backing me.
That's right.
You know, and they're baking bread. You know what I'm saying? They prayed for me.
Can you bring the farmers market back to Apple Valley?
We're bringing it all back. You guys tell me what to do. I'll spot zone it in
That's
a
right.
minute.
He said when he gets that chair, Roil Talk has access to him.
We need a dispensary in Apple Valley.
So that's a great question.
Well, actually,
that's a great question.
Hold
It's
on,
a great
Joe.
question.
It also affects your other business. You can't get in Apple Valley right now.
Whoa.
Hex.
Oh yeah.
See, there you go.
What?
You could open a dual sister brick and mortar.
Yeah. Yeah. The dispensary. What's your opinion?
So here comes the socialist.
Nice.
I'm the socialist, the nationalist,
The Republicist.
the townist. Because I got rumors. Because I know a lot of big name people in politics, and they're the ones that call me the Irishman. My last nickname was Bob Wire. You can't get over me. Can't get under me. You ain't gonna get around me. And I take no money, so I don't sell my soul. So we know there was a lot of money. I know some heavy names people will talk afterwards. But I got to the point where they're going to throw in a guy to commercialize it. The green zones and the Spirit, I watched that happen. I watched real estate signs pop up. New one. After 20 years, brand new one.
So you're saying they're going to throw a guy in the council?
They're going to throw a guy
it.
running against me for mayor that's going to throw
Pro.
a curveball. And they're going to want to open it up to an open free market, which I'm a capitalist in some sense. But what does that do? What was the same thing you were just complaining about? Adelanto, you spend all this damn money. How about we just...
They're just going to eat more chicken?
How about we just get one place called the Green Apple, and every farmer that wants to farm, bring us and give us the best rate you can so we don't have to tax it as hard. And then we take the money, we make a buy, and we repave our fucking streets. I call it fucking potheads for potholes.
He's pretty smart, like a distro.
Go,
Joe. Take
potheads for potholes.
Potheads for potholes. So basically, in a sense, we're using tax money from the fucking dispensary to pay for roads,
upgrades,
and pay for things.
improvements.
More if we
Or do you
start
want to take a
growing
percentage
our
of the profit?
so we come like as a
I say just one
nonprofit
thing.
and we cut in and we start growing. Kind of do like a Texas A&M thing where we start getting herpetologists, people growers. Maybe we could start doing some work release and
There
get
ain't
these
no
guys out of
goddamn
fucking jail
herpetologists
and
in
say,
this
hey, dude, why don't
industry.
you guys come over here and start learning the industry, because there's plenty of places to make money around California. Just in Apple Valley, we got to keep those margins low so we don't have to tax as high. So you're selling a dub. What's the return on a dub we can get?
You know, the problem is,
You could almost throw it as like a data center or dispensary.
what DC,
What would the town want?
We need the water.
DCC, right? Like they're next after city, so you get a city license and then you get your state license.
Right.
State strictly says no felons. We have to do background checks every
get you.
single year, right? You know.
I get you.
Secondly, they're the ones with the fucking tax. They're the ones with the fucking 20%
The major ones,
tax,
Joe,
you know?
Joe. Relax,
No, he's right.
relax,
Yeah,
relax.
filibuster, brother.
Yeah. It's anyways, but point being
Yeah.
is like, but
We should start breaking some rules.
Your
Then.
blood pressure's. I can see your chest.
You know, somebody's
the
got to
mayor
do
of
it.
Adelanto that started marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newsom called him personally and was like, "Don't fucking do this," and he's like, "Fuck you," and you know what I mean. And now weed's in Adelanto because of this fucking.
It's a
weed.
huge
It
mecca.
takes people to step
Yeah.
out and be
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you, government! I'm gonna do this for my city."
That's it.
Joe, would you like to take part in the Green Apple?
100%, bro.
There it is.
How about we come together as a community? Everybody gets their heads together, because in the end, it's not about the money. It's about feeding the product to the people that need it, and then in the end, we receive the benefits off of it for at least our damn roads, because they're not going to chip seal. They're not going to resurface. I want to get in communication with the cement plants, so we got some cement roads on highways. Most of our shit is federally funded
Mhm.
and state funded. It's just the local area. These
doing
guys
their
have been
fucking
asleep
job.
at the wheel,
They're doing their
man.
fucking job.
Right.
You know?
Highway 18 running through the town. It's a full
That's
federal
why
highway.
I tell everybody we're turning into Radiator Springs. How are we not taking the walk over here? How about are we not attracting people to high level camping? Horseman
Well,
Park,
hey,
dude, we're already working on a nonprofit for that
that's
to build
terrible.
their own well.
What do you think? 700,000 is crazy. That's astronaut. Somebody's jiving that deal.
100%.
But what do you? Unless it's a commercial well, which those are kind of a little pricey. But I don't think you need one for that place. Horsemen's are saying it's $700,000 to dig a new well there.
Mhm.
That's kind of crazy if you think about it. Unless it's a commercial well. But my thought process would be.
I paid $100,000 for my residential one, so I'm doing $700.
Right, you're making the investment, and then somebody
but
comes
like-
along and open municipalities and take it from you.
But yeah, but like you could even. A guy's getting a well dug across the street from Horseman's right now at the little RC track.
Yeah.
40 grand.
Yeah. We could have dug the shit by now.
But this is the thing you could do is you could build a regular well, not a commercial size for volume. That's what the difference is. But you could put tanks on the property and fill your tanks and run your, you know what I mean? There's different ways you could operate it, but what do you think about they've been trying to revitalize the village, the Old Town Apple Valley. What do you think about that?
So growing up in Old Town, I watched how Deborah Jones, Victorville, she stepped down. Oh, step down. Now she cares about districts. She was trying to take the little monument right there by the old Victor Jr.
Yeah.
To take it up to the new sheriff's office they're building right across the street from the courthouse. And everybody Old Town was like, you're taking our statues now? Old Town has been neglected, and I think what they're doing is they want to do the homeless industrial complex.
No, I'm talking about Apple Valley. Like
but I get you. I'm relating the two scenarios because when I ran in 18, I was District 2, which was the hood right there in Hesperia. And I door knocked all that shit, dude. My opponent, they pulled the gun on him.
Right by the city.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll go over here in Felony Flats. We move past up there, and we get to the village, and we do all these things. That's where we need to start giving to the businesses that are there because that's the only people that's going to keep them alive. Radiator Springs, that's what I call it. How do we get these people to freaking stop? They just passed Measure P, penny for police. I think it should have been penny for the people. And then we shoot some
That's the
cops
second
some money.
time they've done that in Apple Valley.
Yeah, because they did. I think it was an I.
Yeah.
And they always bait you, like, and they get that conservative party, like, oh my God, we're losing officers. And then they couldn't even equate the budget now. But you need to turn around and start.
You know what's crazy is like people don't. We know some cops. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure we all got friends, but
Right.
dude, I've never heard them once complain about their pay. It's never been a money issue.
Right.
It's a fucking department and government issue. They said they can't do anything without getting fucking or fired or put on leave or whatever. Like they say the wrong thing to the fucking person and they're trying to stop a fight. They're in trouble.
I get you on that, and there has to be a level of the police state. Mm-hmm. And that's where, I tattoo as well. And I know a lot of law enforcement. And you got to hold them accountable. If you're fucking pulling people over and ripping them out of their car and doing all this shit, I don't know.
There is a civil duty.
If you're jamming people up, dog, like I don't even got tags in my car right now. I refuse to pay them. You're going to rip me out of my car and do all that shit to me, dog?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Over her. We just hit our mark.
We did.
We just got to wrap up in like 10 minutes. I got to go somewhere.
Oh, shit.
Is it restarting or what?
No, I'm just going to turn it off and on.
Okay.
There you go.
Want to wrap it? Let's wrap it.
Ready? No, we can 2 more minutes.
Couple minutes.
Go for it.
Good? Yeah. All right. Yeah, for the cops.
So when it gets down to holding them accountable, that was one thing like I was going through in Victorville was literally, it's the homeless people. They literally sent their homeless people from LA up here. They're just spreading the wealth.
Yeah.
There's millions on the line through the county for high density homes.
Yeah.
And you seen what they did by Silverado out there. They were going to expand that 200 bed unit and it was going to be for drug and, and alcohol services, but what was really a prison kickout yard for the chumos. So if you want to get out early, you go to that freaking bed right there, and it's right across the street from the high school with high school gyms.
They have a thing out here in Lucerne. It's an old motel that they converted to a living.
Mm-hmm.
It's all offenders. They send them all there, and there's a whole little congregation. They live right there.
Yeah, that's got to get past the city and the county.
Yeah. Because they get paid for that, right?
Oh, they get paid very well. I've been offered these things.
So what is that thing they built in Evadale?
So that's a wellness center, and I watched them pass more of a budget for their medication.
It seems like it's pretty developed. Like a lot of money spent in that.
Oh, it's millions. I did the math when they were doing that, and I said you could have gave every business on 7th Street. You want to talk about the village? You could have took that money, gave it to the people on 7th Street, and they would all have $250,000 a year. What would you do with $250,000? And maybe in that contract, I said you had to hire 2 people for $30,000 a year, but the bum still ain't gonna come get the jobs.
Mm-hmm. No, they want to be drug addicts. They want to be that. They want to live that.
So especially when you provide it for them.
So we round them up and we take them back to LA. Because I grew up when I had my gun shop right there behind In-N-Out. There's an alley right there, and I don't like them. I grew up. Most of them are on Megan's Law. Let's be honest.
That's the reason they're out there. Yeah.
That's why they can't go home.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But the ones I would jam up, where are you from? And I always heard Orange County, LA. You know what I'm saying? Because we grow with people coming from LA. We embrace them. Yeah. There was a time where LA and IE didn't get along, and I was tattooing everybody under the sun, and we came together in clubhouses. But when you get the overflow of just the bums with the trash, that's where one of my buddies in LE, he was just like, we can send them a $200 freaking pass go bill and take them back. Or I said, send them to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they know what to do. They're the assholes with all the money.
Well, Rob,
Yo,
We appreciate you coming
we
on.
appreciate
Dog.
you coming
you,
on,
brother.
Bob.
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
having me.
We appreciate you, Bubba. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
and,
y'all.
Go ahead, plug everything. Say what you got to say into the world. Floor is yours. Go ahead.
This one right there.
Oh,
That
this
one
is
right there,
that
brothers.
black one.
That one. Get it. Talk to him.
That's
I think
directly
the
on
most
you.
important part is everybody coming together during this election. Like when the gentleman asked me, you know, some of the things I want to do, I just want to do this 2 years. That's it. I already got a couple people that got the greatest hearts in the world for this, but you got to have the drive. I'll be out there knocking your doors. I'm a door knocker. I enjoy it because that's how I always tell everybody I got voices in my head and they're called my voters. And that's the biggest part to me. I want to take that, put it in our house where it needs to be. And then in 2 years, I'm out. You guys enjoy the shit. You guys enjoy the show. And when you guys get there, just like these gentlemen are going to be holding me accountable because they're already in my DMs and shit, I'll be in your DMs. And then the next Vata with the DMs. And that's all it's going to be from here on out because projecting the future and a win in November, man, we got a lot of work to do. The biggest voter block is the non-voter. Right now, I need your vote. I need you to come out and get registered, number one. If you ain't going to register to vote for me, at least register to recall. Because when somebody else takes this seat, say the Vato that wins again, gets that seat and keeps doing what he's doing, maybe you'll be registered to recall then. If you're a felon, since 2022, you walk out of that prison door, you can vote. Don't let anybody fool you. Probation, parole, doesn't matter. You can vote.
Right.
You can vote in county jail. It's your constitutional right. Use it before you throw it the fuck away. That's the biggest part. Otherwise, First Amendment falls. The voice of the people that had me here, the voice of Apple Valley, shenanigans, all these journalists, all these people that are doing the work for y'all, what are we going to do with them? We're just going to fade away? Nah. We ain't fading away. We're coming back. We're going to win. Robert Lucero for mayor. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Rob. That's right, Rob.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Roil Talk podcast. Smoke, lift, and live. Rob, you got my endorsement.
Thank
We
you,
out.
sir.
3 o'clock.